Gee, got him. Let's get it. Peace and love, world. How's everybody doing today on this moon day? Thank you for tuning in to Intuition Mondays. We say about 12:30, but some Mercury retrograde kind of issues or communication. So no worry, but we here, we live, we right here with you. I'm shiningly ill, and I'm here with my bro.
Benjamin Bay, yo. How you doing, G?
Yeah, we're here for episode number 11, and it's by no chance or that Aquarius naturally rules the 11th sign as episode number 11. So Intuition Mondays, Aquarian new moon, subconscious awareness online. What do we mean by that, Brother Benjamin? What is your drop, or what they would call the quote unquote deets on the subconscious awareness online?
Learn about yourself on the internet. That's how I see it.
Indeed. So Aquarius deals with technology, social awareness, and all that. So here we are on the via internet, via Zoom, giving you give you the info, grow and do your thing. And we just gonna get right into the intro real quick. So let me hit the screen shares. Here we go. Let's go. What you say, you are a superstar. Oh, where's my other video? Well, you rocking with it. If you are what you say you are, a superstar, then have no fear. The crowd is here, and the lights are on, and they wanna show.
A fresh, cool young Lou, trying to cash his microphone check 212. Wanna believe my own hype, but it's too untrue. The world brought me to my knees, what have you brung you? Did you improve on the design, did you do something new? Where your name in on the guest list, who brung you? You, the more famous person, you come through. And the sexy lady next to you, you come too. And then the hitman, standing outside of heaven, waiting for God to come and get me. I'm too uncouth, unschooled to the rules, and too gumshoe. Too much of a newcomer and too uncool, like Shadow in the Veil. I battle with it well, though I need a holiday like Lady Who Sung Blue. Go back, whatever you did, you undo. Heavy as heaven, the devil on me 2 tons too.
If you are what you say you are, a superstar. Alrighty, that was Superstar by Lupe Fiasco. We do not own any of the contents to those, just to say that so we don't get partially muted or video taken down. And so we're about to just get on right into it. Aquarius new moon with the quote. Let me tell you something in this world. Let me tell you something. In this world, if you can't swim, you will bound to drizzle. And that was quoted by Toothpick from, if I'm correct, the movie was Drinking Apple Juice While in the Hood, or something pertaining to that. And then here's the picture for it as well, with the life lesson from Saturn. So here we are, and so what we're getting into today for Intuition Mondays episode number 11, the Aquarius new moon. First, we'll be going over the charts of the last Leo new moon for each location, and that was back in August of 2021, or 1441 for the Moorish calendar. Secondly, we'll be going over the current Aquarius new moon. And thirdly and last, we will be doing an Atisha chart for the current new moon. So Aquarius and Leo are opposites, polar opposites, 180 degrees. So this is why we'll be starting with the Leo new moon, as the new moons are time for planning and setting goals. So we can look back to see 6 months ago what you planted, and now we can look at now, and you can set your next set your next set of goals for the next 6 months. So we're going to get right into it. I'm starting off. I have houses 1 through 3 and 7 through 9, and Brother Benjamin has 4 through 6. and 10 through 12.
So that was all we got of the video was just the song, bro?
Yeah, man, I'm trying to, I think I might have accidentally took it out of, I had it in the library, so I have to find it again real quick.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I had to make room. I was about to say, you just played the Lupe. Hold on. I was going to play the whole video production that you created, bro, to show that. But it's all good. It's no worries.
You know,
I'll
probably end it out with that. That'd be good. End it out with it. I'll go through, you know, the C library of memes, photos, and videos that I have.
Mm-hmm.
All righty, here we go. So first up is we have Accra, Ghana, and this was back in August 8th, 2021, and this was at 13 hours and 50 minutes. And here in the blue, we have Luna and the Sun in the 9th house at 16 degrees, 14 minutes. And 16 degrees, 14 minutes is nearing the end of the Lion Gates portal. And when it comes to the 9th house, it can be said that it's, you know, relating to foreign travel, studies, culture, higher learning. Also derived, it can be said for grandchildren, a brother-in-law, or also legalizing procedures. And Luna and the Sun are in the 11th lunar mansion. And for the intellectual properties, it was good for planting and building partnerships. So back in, let's see, August 8th, 2021, those in the around the Ghana area and in the zone ruled by Scorpio could have been doing some foreign studies. Someone maybe could have been making plans to travel foreign or even go study at a foreign university. And let's see, also, when you say philosophy, someone could have been studying new philosophy to teach to their grandchildren. Someone also could have been traveling to meet a brother-in-law, and others could have been studying ways to legalize procedures for, you know, all quote unquote courts and other procedures. And let's see, 9th house is just another way to shine. So wherever Leo is in your chart for those around that Ghana area, it was just a good time to plant new seeds and, you know, build with those who you really like to build with. And I will yield on that, Brother Benjamin, if you have anything that you would like to add.
Nah, bro.
I was all right. So that was for the Leo new moon. So we will now get to the current new moon, February 1st, 2022. And this was on a Tuesday at 05 hours, 45 minutes. So, and we have Luna and the Sun in the first house here at 12 degrees, 19 minutes. And, you know, the first house can be first impressions, appearances, your self-identity, the way you approach life. Derived, it can be said for the paternal grandmother and the maternal grandfather. Luna and the Sun are in the 25th lunar mansion. And that is good for sieges, seeking fights, taking revenge on enemies, destroying resources, but also protecting his own resources for the same fate. So with the Sun and Luna, Sun being creativity, Luna being emotions, and coming to the first house, with it being Aquarius, as Aquarius, you know, rules over technology, social awareness. Right now, it can be a time to plant new seeds, to look back on from when the Sun and we had that full moon in Leo, the new moon in Leo, excuse me, and just to look back to what goals you had made 6 months ago and reassess those goals. You know, like I said, internet. So go back to what you were posting and just to see where you were. And now you can take how you were shining back from those 6 months from now to lay out the foundation for the next 6 months to change your approach. People could find new ways to maybe learn new devices, learn some new things on the internet. As you know, we have various social media accounts, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. So definitely someone could be running into, you know, a way to do things a new way, a new and improved way. Also, someone could be, planning something nice for their grandmother, taking them on a nice trip or buying them a nice gift. And now I yield the floor, Brother Benjamin, if you have anything that you would like to add.
Say the actual degrees in 12 degrees, 19 minutes is like assassination or something like that. Some wild, but it could be like meditating on like assassinating that type of discipline you have with Saturn there. So, new routine that you probably got from somebody old or older. But yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, so that was for the current new moon occurring February 1st. And lastly, I will get to the Antisha chart, or what we would say the shadow. And so we have Sun and Luna in the 10th house at 17 degrees, 40 minutes Scorpio. So when it comes to the shadow of this and the 10th house, the light is in the first. In the 10th house, it's what mysteries can you find out that are hindering you from really going after what you want to go after? Because 10th house deals with status, careers, and long-term goals. So what feelings that are you not satisfied with about your long-term goals, and what kind of shadow work and self-work that you can do to just, being real with yourself to take those next necessary steps in order to change your approach to life and your identity, with, Aquarius being the light. And I'll yield on that, Brother Benjamin, if you have anything.
I would say the shadow being on the uprooting things with Scorpio being there. So while you like reconciling on things pertaining to your career, and now that it's in Aquarius, it's like, okay, cool. What did I gather that could uproot and gain from my career now? Within like the group, and sharing that and gaining from that within the first house and meditating on that now.
Indeed.
And I yield.
All right, so that was for the Accra, Ghana. So I will move on next, and now we have Stanley, Leo new moon. So this was occurring in the 11th house. So just for the theme was for that Leo new moon was that it was extremely close, where going out of the Lion Gates portal. And thinking back, there was a lot of that was highly talked about with the Lion Gates portal. So it's a good time to look and just see what you manifested and what you brought. But I'm gonna get right on into it. So 11th house, hopes, wishes, thoughts about the future. Derive, it's money from your job, corporation assets, stepchildren, and also small animals. So during that time, somebody could have got some new pets. They feel like they wanted a pet to live with, and to love. So that could have been one thing. That could have been, I'm pretty sure there are lots of stories back then about people maybe, suing or receiving money, corporations that did them wrong. Also during this Leo new moon, you were planting hopes and wishes of what you really wanted for the future. And so now that will all start to show with the current new moon in Aquarius. So once again, it's just backtracking what you wrote down 6 months ago. What seeds did you plant? And now it's reassessing that fruit, and now planting the seeds for the next harvest 6 months from now. And I'll yield the floor, Brother Benjamin, if you have anything.
Just planting seeds for self, because Leo is the self. So planting those seeds for self, and they're going to sprout, within the light. And this Aquarius coming up. So hoping you planted the seeds that prepare you forward, and not keep you in the cycle of retardation.
All right. So now we will get on to the current new moon, February 1st, 2022 at 02 hours, 45 minutes. And once again, this is a Libra ruled zone. And we have Luna and the Sun in the second house. So second house, deals with money, possessions, priorities, derives as a sister-in-law, or children's career. Sun and lunar, 25th lunar mansion. So let's see, second house. Right now is a good time to reassess your finance. There's that saying, you know, don't let the internet make you think that you should be further than you are. So just reassess your values and, you know, be gratitude for what you have and just go at your own pace, because we're all on our own journey. You know, it's kind of a negative, you know, thing to look at with the internet. You know, we can want to see ourselves in ways and, you know, want to be like other people. Now it's just to, you know, lay that foundation for the next 6 months. But, you know, if you've, you know, done good, it's also a time of reaping. So, you know, don't, you know, you want the ball all the way out, but definitely go, you know, treat yourself to something nice, maybe with your friends or for yourself or even your family. Or also be a good time to make, you know, donate via the internet. And also, since we're talking about, you know, sister-in-law or children's career, you know, come to Seven Hill Star and get you a reading and know how the energies are going to play out for your child, and you can set them on the proper career, on the proper path, and they can kind of just know the journey they're taking, and they'll have all the necessary tools to value what the possessions that they have and what they want to get. And I yield the floor, Brother Benjamin, if you have anything else.
Oh, since it's a new moon, whoever likes, you know, investing on like, you know, internet things, it was like, you know, giving and sharing and things of that nature, you could definitely invest in Bitcoin. Because if you go by the moon cycles, the new moons are like peaks and the full moons are like lows. So it's a good time to take advantage of that, because Aquarian may be internet, so you can plant, quote unquote, or, you know, drop what you want to drop right there, and it could definitely give you a good gain for sure.
So you said peaks of the new moon, so that would be what, as they would call puts, as it is high as that it's about to dip, and then with the full moons are the lows, and I think those are called calls, where it goes up. I might be wrong, I might be correct, incorrect, you know, I'm not really sure, but I think that's right.
Yeah, that's pretty spot on. Yeah. But I don't know those terms, but yeah, just the overall, like the full moon is like lows or causes, and then new moons are like puts. So I guess you would just put all, or put more than you would put at the when it's at the fall. So, you know,
so
regulates commerce.
They check to see if what things dip today.
Oh yeah. To see if, like, as far as like a peak or people like buy, or, you know what I'm saying, the conversation is more positive than negative, you know, because like it dropped like dumb low to like 30,000 or something like that, you know, which is like terribly low. So people like freaking out, like, oh my God, So some people like hailed, or some people like, oh, if you get this, I'm not gonna, like, it's not worth nothing. So now you'll see like an uptrend now from that, quicker than like when the full moon was here.
Okay. And just as a disclaimer, we are not giving any advice.
Yeah, it's not financial advice.
Thoughts. As a disclaimer, so like, hey, they told me to buy the dips on the full moon. You just
an observation, and, you know, like, oh, okay, cool. I see this and I see that.
All right, so that was for the Aquarius new moon, occurring February 1st, and so we'll get to Antisha chart. So we have Luna and the Sun at you know, it's Scorpio in the 11th house. So if we look back, we have the light shining in the second house, and now we're looking at the shadow of it in the 11th. It's you know, I don't know how to put this. Don't hate, and just let don't let hate and jealousy block your way of receiving things that you would like to come to you. I guess the best way, because, you know, everyone's all on the social internet, and we all see things that people have and we would like for ourselves. So now with, you know, that Aquarius new moon being in y'all's second house, or for those who have Aquarius ruling their second house, it's just a good time to plant seeds for the next 6 months. to get various, whether you want to invest and other things, or just getting with your groups of friends and really just planning for the future, taking the necessary steps needed to get to where you want to be. Scorpio, it's always a mystery with things. So it's just finding out the mystery with self, and also then finding out the mystery of the things around us. And I will yield the floor, Brother Benjamin, if you would like to add anything to that.
Oh, transforming self within the group, remembering that, because it's a shadow, transforming yourself within the group, because Mars is ruling that from the 12th in Sagittarius, and that's true. So you're going to be aggressively anchored in your truth, but don't be over too bearing for that. But the transformation of the baptizing of the mind within the group, be yourself within the group. So don't get that influence. Know your truths within the group.
Islam, know your shadow, but always overshadow the shadow.
Yeah.
I was listening to that episode song before. We got he said, why I spent nights trying to overshadow my shadow. Yeah, turn me up. Yeah. Still vibes. Turn me up some.
Yeah, all right, you got 40 like that. That was crazy.
I'm sorry, y'all. Can y'all hear me?
We do now.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. My bad. I'm just making sure I didn't make a mistake and I'm mute. All right. My apologies.
Islam. So that was for Stanley. So I'm gonna get into my final, first half of this. So now we're at the Albany, Corporation, New York State Republic. This was August 8th, 2021 at 09 hours and 50 minutes. So we have Luna and the Sun at 11 degrees. I mean, not 11 degrees, 16 degrees in the 11th house. So, once again, coming back to, with it being the Lion Gates portal and Sun and Luna being the 11th lunar mansion, 11th house dealing with technology, groups, falseness of friends, and also circumstances in general. So at that time, could have been a lot of people maybe finding out that some of the people that they called friends weren't really friends, or they wouldn't really form like they thought they were, or they could have been wanting to investigate into their so-called friends. And there were also circumstances back then at that time for people to shine and to plant their seeds and their ideas. 11th house, with the Lionsgate portal was so talked about. So there were so many people talking about the Lionsgate portal, all via the internet, all the astrologers, and within their group. So it's like, what group, what ideas were you planning for yourself? And also what ideas were you planning for the group? And now with it being in the reflection of that, how do y'all, what things worked for you? Somebody comment, let us know. Let us know what seeds did you plant 6 months ago that are now coming to fruition? And I'll yield on that, Brother Benjamin, if you like to add anything.
Or seeds that didn't come to fruition, or seeds you plant not in good soil. I'm not saying they were bad ideas, but not good soil mentally. So you're like, cool, what ideas didn't, fully manifest that I can come back, and gain the pieces from. Not all the pieces, but what pieces that look good that I can bring over. So, think about that as well. As far as groups as well. So what group of people, if you had a bad experience with a group of people, okay, cool, what did you learn from that experience? And that would be, the quote unquote good teeth in a dead body. I yield.
So wherever Leo rules your chart back then, how did things play out for you? And so then I will get to the current Aquarius new moon for Albany, New York, February 1st, 2022 at 0 hours 45 minutes, or for some, what they will say is 12:45. And we have here in the yellow, Luna and the Sun in the 3rd house. So third house can be said to be mind, communication, siblings, derived, friends, children, friends. So communication now is a really good time to reassess your goals, your creative, your romance, your love goals, and now how can you communicate it? People maybe could be receiving some letters, maybe DMs from past lovers or just some friends in general. People could also be planning a way to communicate with their friends' children as they have some ideas to uplift the kids. Aquarius, social awareness, and also humanitarianism, and also maybe planning some with their kids' friends, maybe a trip, somebody planning a vacation to take with the kids or a learning thing, maybe even planning a Zoom room, communications, Zoom is communications. For the mind, it's how can you take what you did 6 months ago and lay it out for the next 6 months? You don't have to, post things on social media. You could just write it or journal it. Or, if you say you're going to do something, you can post it and say, hey, this is what I got planned. And you can have records of it just to show and prove. And, with Scorpio on the rise, being ruled by Mars. So it's definitely coming through your personal values and your daily habits. So it's definitely just get back in line with what you do on a daily, because nothing's built in a day, but taking steps day by day gets it built and gets it done. And with Mars being exalted in that Capricorn, there's no more of a perfect time to really get serious, focus, and discipline on the grind. Islam. I yield the floor, Brother Benjamin, if you'd like to add anything.
You're gathering transformative information. If Mars wants to get stuff done in Capricorn, so you want to make sure that what you're gathering is resourceful, you can use. So Mars doesn't gonna take that impulsive, energy, translate that into third house and media, sitting thought streams with Aquarian right there. So on a mental level, just taking all of that, okay, cool. How can I practically use that and take it and throw it to the ninth house and things of that nature? But yeah, it's definitely a hard, resourceful, disciplined, purposeful work. Yeah, for your next coming 6 months. Yeah, I yield.
It's like, do you hear that?
Yes, I heard it, but I didn't know I don't know what it was, but I heard it.
It's like a little bomb blast.
Oh, you did that the other day when we was on the live with the brother, and I want to see.
Yes, Mom. I just heard y'all say something about hearing something. Is all well?
Yeah, I was just making sure.
Like a DJ board.
Bomb drop. Funk Master Flex, send me a bomb effect, man, so we can use it on Intuition Monday. Holla at your boy.
All right. Hilarious, bro. All right. Islam.
All right, so that was the Aquarius new moon for Albany. Virgo ruled, so pretty much the eastern coast, parts of Mexico, Bahamas, some of South America. And I'll get to the next chart. So we have for the Antisha chart, we have Sun and Luna in the first house in Scorpio. And so for the new moon for this was in the third house of your communications. And now we're coming to your first house. So definitely a time to plant seeds on just understanding yourself and your shadow, and just being real about how you do things. What's a way that you can change your approach to how you do things. And with that comes a new attitude, comes a transformation, which comes to the communication of the third house to spread within the group, or spread knowledge with the neighbors or any siblings, and just dealing with that with self. And being ruled by Scorpio, you got Mars and Sagittarius, so it's coming into the knowledge of the higher learning of self and your values. Because some values, all values are good, but some things we know can be approved upon and, built over. So Yeah, just get back into the drive of the higher learning of yourself. Get excited about knowing your higher self and your lower self. And how you do that, you can come to the 7 Hill Star and get your Prophet Noble Draw Lee University workshop for free, provided by Brother Hasan, and also get the Circle 7. And I yield the floor, Brother Benjamin, if you'd like to add anything.
Oh yeah. Definitely would have been Angler House and Mars ruling that, and being in Mars sign. So that's definitely some strong energy, reflective energy. So you can like use that on the teetering side or the non-teetering side. So like Brother Sean was saying, as far as like your values, some values that you hold that you think are great for you are harmful to you and to others, but you may value. So right here, use that strong energy to hold the higher values with Mars being the Sagittarius. Pretty much every planet, Pluto, Mercury, Venus, Mars, all being a Sagittarius. So there's some fight for truth, or, you know what I'm saying, you can go on the other side and use it for your own benefit. You know, use the torch and the flamethrower to gain through, you know what I'm saying, deceit. Don't gain through deceit, you know what I'm saying? Gain, don't even just want to gain, you know, just want to give, use your truth to give to others, and, you know, you'll be replenished like simultaneously. And I yield.
Islam, bro.
Do you have like a soundboard, or you just hitting that too?
Man, I got to pull it up. Best believe I'm looking for apps. All right, so that was for Auburn, New York, for the Antisha chart for your shadow. So I will yield the floor, and Brother Benjamin, I will alley-oop it to you, my bro.
So appreciate it. We got Mexicali, Leo new moon. So this is the energy previous 6 months right here. So what you the thought of while the new moon was in Leo. So right here it's in the 12th house. So things that were hidden to you yourself. So like Leo's itself, you know what I'm saying, the children, and the sun is ruling over the moon and so whatever like that. But overall, what did you think of behind the scenes that you could gain from now that 6 months prior? You know, that energy is still here, but we're just showing you where the shadow is. So this is like your 6, or, you know, saying what you can't see. So at a constant, what is at the core, or what you can't see is, let's say, creative emotions behind the scenes that are hidden. So whatever you're creative, emotionally driven by, it's hidden. So take that and plant that, or, you know what I'm saying, put that in a place where it's gainful, be it internet. So take it out of the institution of your mind and put it, you know what I'm saying, this institution on the web. And I'll yield on that, Brother Sean, just to get into like that energy of now. Mexicali. Right here for January 31st, 2020. It would be a Monday, 2100 hours, 45 minutes. What's up?
Did you say 2020? Did you say 2020?
I said 2022.
Okay, I thought you said 2020.
I know, yeah. Hopefully I'm not two years behind. All right. So the new moon is illuminating in the 4th house of home, the mother, the homeland, the place of comfort, on the rise at 10 degrees Libra, 23 minutes, being ruled by Venus, 11 degrees Capricorn, 14 minutes, which is the degree of religion. And when you hear religion, I don't want you to think like, you know, like church or praying or like kumbaya, but like, you know, as far as like, I guess English goes, you got re, which means back, legion, which means like field. So, you know, back for aligning your values, you know what I'm saying, or your home, what was taught to you in an early age, you know, those type things, with it being in the 4th, and with actually, you know, using grammar and not using dogmatism when you're hearing a certain word. So how are you realigning yourself to your values and what you love and what you possess? Because Venus is all those things. So it could be food, you know, you could be regarding, or as far as mentally, what did you used to do? Like, man, I used to be like the man on Call of Duty, quote unquote. What did I used to do? You know what I'm saying? Because you play at home. So as far as like, you know what I'm saying, Capricorn and things like that, and you want to go like war, but not like, you know, like Mars war, kind of like destructive. You don't want to kill. You're like fighting for your quote unquote country in the game. Things of that nature, or fight for things close to the heart. New moon brings new things in the sign of gains and wishes. It's a great opportunity to start up that new internet idea. Aquarius deals with electronics, internet, and the group. Toss that dream into the world of wishes and see the gains you dream of from the discipline work while the moon transited Capricorn. Moon is home, although she is being hid by the sun at the moment. So does the road to the path not yet moored could seem darkness. So like, we did not say that because like all new things seems like you don't know where they're gonna go. So like that new idea you had, like, man, I don't know if it's gonna crack off or not, but I'm gonna do it anyway. So like with the sun being where the moon, you can't see the moon, that would be like your physical idea that hasn't blossomed yet. But the sun is gonna move out of the way and you're gonna be able to see it. So that's why I said that. Being moored can seem dark, but the light in the path to see comes from within. So that would be your thoughts. So light is knowledge. So the thoughts from within is like your idea grows, you know what I'm saying? Your ideas in your mind grow, and the idea actually that's being manifested grows as well. So the light from within on the path comes from you. So you remember, like, knowledge, light, esoteric type things. Trust yourself, basically. Hashtag trust yourself. Turning the page to create a new family story via social gathering, via internet, 70homestar.com. Why? Because they have webisodes for the kids or for the children, and then for the adults as well, or the guardians. So you can set a new path or a new story for the family that you want to bring into the world, or that's already here. You know what I'm saying? To stop what's going on, to those who don't know themselves. So it's a great time to start knowing of self via internet, because that's where the world is going. So we'll just take the teachings of self, via internet. Little Astro Seeds, AstroLiteracy set, which that is on there, you get for the cherubs. Instituting a new intelligent mindset amongst the young and not yet manifested. And I yield. So basically, learning new things within the home, focusing on that, making the subconscious and the conscious one, and moving from there socially. So we're all like moving like birds mentally, and that will be reflected in our movements physically.
Yeah, bringing the social awareness to the home.
Yeah. That's good.
Bring that good stuff. Don't, bring the negative in, but the negative always can be flipped. So I'll yield,
Getting the old out, bringing in the new. But I yield. We're going to slide to the anticipated.
Slide to the left.
Right here. The second house, which ironically still being ruled by Venus with Libra on the riser. So your values that want to be secure, and Mars is a way to secure your things as well, because Mars rules Scorpio. But you want to make sure that, your inheritance, which actually could be your gonads, because to, save your what you've had, you want to pass that down. So you want to make sure you protect your security of your possessions. So make sure you're not doing that in a spiteful way, and you're doing that to protect for prosperity, and not just being, people on the block just because you can. Once again, use this energy of a lot of fire, to stay creative, but yet, keep playing defense as well. So you're securing your possessions at all times. Make sure you're doing it. And I yield.
All right. And that was Fort Mexicali, Mexico. So I'm just gonna slide to the left. Slide to the right. Hold on, Vision. Into the chart. Leo, new moon. Aquarian, new moon. I'm sorry, I'm done.
You solid. Go ahead. Get that going.
Freestyle Mondays.
All right. Like we said, 6 months ago, Vancouver Leo new moon was in the 12th house. So once again, the hidden creative emotional energy that was like hidden within, that was like mustered right here. How will you use that and push that in a place of gains? So right now we're in Aquarius, so all of this will be ruled by Saturn. So it would be in service of others. So how we take this energy and serve it to others. So you want to be a healer here. So how you take what was hidden, your creative, emotional, hidden energy, and use that to serve others within the group or society. So right now we're going to see the humanitarian energy that you use or going to use from 6 months ago. And I yield, Brother Sean. All right, Vancouver. So this is the now. Right here.
Right now.
Right now, Vancouver, January 31st, 2020. Another Monday. Excuse me. 2100 hours, 45 minutes, and on the rise at 3 degrees, Libra, 17 minutes, rising, which is degree of abscesses, which is like, bumps and things of that nature. So winter is still outside of you in like the southeast, but, springtime is going to come. But while you're still out there, I'm sure there's winter bugs. So make sure, I guess like spiders or anything that wants to be warm, and that's a bug, and that could possibly see you as like a little snack. So, be careful. Which is being ruled over by the planet Venus, chilling in the 4th house of home. The new moon in Aquarius is taking place in the 5th house of children, creativity, gambling, sports events, fun, pleasure, and overall things that entertain. If two sentient beings want to create a cherub through bumping metals, they could use this new energy, creative energy, along with knowing one another's self energies within their chart. So once again, you can head over to 7 Hill Star and get your Synastry done if you want to, bring some type of, intellectual cherub here to planet Earth. Bringing for the balance between being to the earth. So the reason you do that to get your chart done between, the mother and the father, to bring a balanced being here. Because that's how, we're supposed to do it, is being on earth, period. No matter what your pigmentation may be, we all live in our bodies, but we all use the same sky, the same moon, sun, and stars. So when we bring life here, we can be assisted with all the universal tools, such as the Zodiac. So, head over 7 Hill Star, and get your love compatible going. Blending of the consciousness and the subconscious within to bring a crystal clear view of how to properly execute new creative endeavors to share amongst the masses for the group. So right now, taking what your actual thoughts and making them manifest and sharing them in an executive, or not an executive, or what did I say? Yeah, an executive new creative endeavor. I'm going to say executive because Saturn is doing all of that. So Saturn is going to think about everyone, but you kind of have to be not like ruthless or soulless, but you have to not see just one. You have to think for all. So when you're on your creative endeavors, your new creative endeavors for the whole, or for the masses, you're gonna do that in a very, Saturnian way. So just, watch how you do that within the group. And protecting the values that preserve one's home on this new endeavor. So while you're doing this, you want to make sure that your home is secure, and that your finances, the things you value, your possessions, because remember you have Venus there, and Venus is being ruled over by Saturn in Capricorn, and you have Mars there. So you want to make sure that, you want to make sure that your possessions aren't altered while on your new creative endeavors. So there's a balance here, but Saturn is going to make sure that things are balanced while thinking about everyone as well. Being born just before a new moon will be more self-aware and contemplative and more comfortable. What I'm saying is, if you have a cherub that comes here, they're going to be contemplative and more self-aware of themselves. So, just a little nugget if you would like to, bring life here. And I yield, Brother Sean. That word strength me. Contemplative. There we go. All right, yeah. So once again, see what I'm saying? Put a light on your finances, on your possessions. So right here, there's going to be some type of restriction if you went too far, or if you was like, hey man, I'm just gonna like think selfishly. And if there was a slight hold or some type of cut in your finances, it wouldn't, break the whole thing. It was like, okay, cool, I'm fine with that. I could deal without that. It wouldn't break the bank or your spirits. Because sometimes people act like their quote unquote bank account. So whether you're up or down, make sure that you're poised. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a tool. Just, in the next go around, or when you get something that you could use, make sure that, you hold on to it. And when you do, exert that energy, that you can kind of recoup it back. So just be careful on that. So your shadow right there. So don't overlend and don't overdo, while, participating within the group. It's like you're buying supplies, or, you got to travel here, like humanitarian things, and that cost, it's not free to do. So you want to make sure that you're being, frugal, but not too frugal, while servicing others creatively. And I yield.
Slime, bro.
Alrighty. Wali Guluku. Tell me that's right. For sure.
Waluku.
Waluku. Leo, new moon was in the second house of possessions. Again, that's a Venus ruled section. So you're definitely thinking about your possessions and how they'll be communicated, and probably cut or a halt, because Mars there is definitely a halt, because it's rubbing a sharp thing. So there's definitely some cut in your finances, and you're like, okay, cool, how can I recoup from that? And so right now you're gonna get it going on the internet. So you're like, okay, cool, what I did that I could use here that can jumpstart my finances, because you got Venus in the third there. So you're like, all right, cool. Is that Virgo? So you're organizing your finances. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because that would be you, self. All right, cool. How can I use myself and sell myself, quote unquote, to gain some finances that were cut short, or I didn't make enough to get my organization to do things I need to preserve. Yeah, especially with that Jupiter and Aquarius. So you want to expand behind the scenes. So you're trying to figure out how to expand behind the scenes and get your master P on. But I'll yield and go to the
Master P on.
Behind the scenes. I'm saying. Alrighty. Waluku. This is your energy right now for January 31st, 2020. Monday, 1900 hours and 45 minutes. And the new moon now transiting to the sixth house of service, health, lifestyle, working environment, fixing issues. At 3 degrees Virgo, 13 minutes. Rising, being ruled by Mercury, 24 degrees Capricorn, 57 minutes retrograde. Being ruled by Saturn in the sixth house in Aquarius. A degree meaning is the cusp of the 13th lunar mansion, a critical degree, the appendix, organizing a serious new routine. You wish to gain some type of discipline for a healthy, long-lasting habit. The new moon in Aquarius in this house puts energy on recollecting a new way to gain wealth from your health. From a standpoint, health as well. How can one collectively relieve stress without it causing harm to self and others coming into contact? So like, how do I not smack this person and me getting the relief that I need, while in the workplace? So it's like, all right, cool, breathe, because, that's the 12th house across from that. So you want to make sure that within the group, because the subconscious and the conscious are conjunct. So the mind and the body are in cohesive right now. So, you want to constructively withhold yourself with Saturn there and not fly off the handle, quote unquote. Just, Be respectful with how speaking to others in coming contact. Plant seeds of discipline to sprout the hidden success within. Meditating on hidden restrictions and everyday habits to conquer the lower tendencies, and in return, use that wisdom for the betterment of mankind. Serving through healing. A proper balanced mind makes accurate decisions. Start at a new job or a new colleague to join the job or any type of team-oriented field of service. So, since the new moon or the new moon break things new, so within the group, you may somebody join a team or things like that, or you may go join some type of, team or be an internet or a new subscription, something like that. That's resourceful. Because there's Saturn, so you want to, it's humanitarian, it's for all, and it's resourceful, you can use it. And it's long lasting, it's something generational. And the overall energy is, servicing through wealth. Servicing through health. Yeah, within the group.
Indeed, yeah. Go get that checkup. They're now doing things via Zoom, so now you can get your health and check with your doctor via the internet. So definitely get that. And
your ankles and your knees. I'll say Capricorn, because Mercury is communication, and Capricorn is like the knee.
Yeah, knees
or nerves in your knee. Mercury is like the nervous system, so your knee nerves. While you're out there swimming, that's like a beautiful place to swim. So while you're out there swimming, get your knees and your ankles with that. So there's no restriction while swimming in the water.
Stretch, don't get no Charlie horse while you're swimming.
Yeah, 100%.
See you next one, bro.
Yeah, right here. Third house, media communication. So right here, you're wanting to have the shadow on your immediate, let's say behind the scenes media or behind the scenes thing you wrote. Like, okay, cool. Or what notes can I use from when I jotted down 6 months ago that I can bring now to the Aquarian energy? So did you journal anything, any turmoil that you went through, any like transformational things, that you've seen via media clips, things that you like archived or saved that you can go back here and bring forth, where the arrow goes to, Aquarius, but not on this chart, but in a previous chart, you know what I'm saying? So your shadow here would be your notes, if you took notes or transformational notes. Because you got Pluto there as well. So you jotted down some truth and you're like, okay, cool, I've come here this far. Now I have like some type of question. Okay, cool. Sun, moon conjunct. Oh, I'm now recollecting, or why can I say that word? I'm now inner thinking, I'm meditating, basically, consciously meditating with my eyes open. Like, all right, I wrote this. And you bring that forth to this energy now. And it's not stagnant. And I get it. Because you have Saturn there. So you use it, the Saturn, as not stagnant, you use it now as structure in the Aquarian age.
Yes. All righty. All right, next we are at Nanomia Island. This is for the Leo new moon occurring back in August 9th, 2021, at 01 hours 50 minutes. And for them, we have, let's see what we got. We had the Sun and Luna in the third house. Lionsgate portal, 11th lunar mansion. The third house can be said to deal with social activity, interests, neighbors, derived higher education of the spouse, letters, and messages. So for back when this Leo new moon occurred, there could have been a lot of social activity. People probably could have been planning a lot of parties or just in heavy communication with their neighbors, and Like also could have been a time where somewhere and, around the world, could have been supporting their spouse, maybe putting on personal finance or putting finances together to so that that spouse can, furthermore pursue their education and higher learning. Letters, messages, Leo is just how you shine, naturally ruling the fifth house of love and romance. So, definitely DMs could have been sent. People could have found a new love during this Leo new moon period, and also could have been just getting really in tune with themselves, loving themselves. This is back 6 months ago. So now we'll go to the current new moon in Nanomia Island and the Taurus ruled zone, February 1st, 2022 at 17 hours, 45 minutes. So now we have the sun and Luna in the 7th house. So when we look back to the Leo new moon and the 3rd, and now we come here to the 7th house deals with relationships, contracts, equality, derived as the paternal grandfather, and also your competition. So I will say for this, as we're coming from that 180 in the 3rd, so it's now how can you relate more to your partner? If y'all, still together, you can definitely look back and reflect on how things started back during this period and reassess your values. Let's see, we got Aquarius ruling social awareness. So now there also could be new activity pertaining to contracts. I definitely know our awesome bro has definitely sent us a lot of things on TikTok pertaining to contracts and social activity. So it's, a great time to plant new seeds on how to understand the contracts, how to, discern with what can work and what doesn't work for you. And just being ready to educate your spouse. If you're more of the study person, as we each learn and teach each other, we always learn from each other. So it's just planting those new, seeds. There also could be letters being written or ready to be sent out to various groups to help, want to bring together the social awareness to expound upon it for all of humanity. So if we want to look to see where it's going to expand, we've got Jupiter and Pisces, where his natural rulership behind the scenes. So definitely when you plant those new seeds and you think of expanding, it's going to expand. So just plant those good seeds, write everything down, and just lay it all out with the structure. And I will yield on that, Brother Benjamin, if you would like to add anything.
Changing your status on new contracts, because Saturn's there, Saturn deals with status. So, or meeting an old significant other via internet. Yeah. So status will be the first issue while contracting. Yeah.
Status is first issue. Wow.
Shout out Brother Corey for that.
I was about to say hit the Brother Corey sprinkle.
Yeah, for sure. How you relate to other beings now, it'll be like status, and via mail as well, like Brother Sean was saying, with the 3rd house media, and how you want to send emails or write, or a stream of thought that you want to put on paper or electronic or yell. You can be like, whoop de whoop, and then you'll put subject matter.
Indeed. And I had something I lost it that quick, but I will yield and I will get to the Antisha chart. So we have Sun and Luna in the 4th house now in Scorpio. So we're coming back to with it being in the 7th house. So with the shadow work, is just figure out all the mysteries to secure your home foundation. And because once you secure for self, you can teach others. You can teach the mothers and women in your life, and then we can uplift fallen humanity. So let that light being shine in the 7th house. relationships and contracts, how we relate to others in business. And then the shadow is just what needs to be talked about at the home, having that communication at the home and bringing the awareness to the home that you might have learned from a different group, you might have learned from a friend, because we all knows that it's everything flows. So once things are flowing in a circle, it's all good. So yeah. And then, when Cancer at 29 degrees on the rise. So if my memory serves me correctly, where I've seen it, that 29 degrees Cancer is the millionaire degree. So now is really a good time to just get with the shadow and let it shine, because once you figure out yourself, you can pour into others, and then that will all come out through the 7th house for this area or wherever Aquarius is in your chart. And I'll yield the floor, Brother Benjamin. Would you like to add anything to that?
Oh, yeah, let this light shine on you being a millionaire. That what you said. Yeah. And then is that the North Node there next to that?
Yeah. So, at the North Node.
Definitely some gain there, some unexpected sudden change and some gain in the cells. So, that idea, you like, oh man, boom. So how do I, take that idea in the shadow self here? There you probably in the home right there, chilling. Because the moon is home and the moon is in its own sign, it's an angular house, and that's accidental dignity as well. So yeah.
Moon is good. So yeah, just really listen to your emotions and it's go with the flow. Don't be drowned by the flow. Because Scorpio is a water sign. So it's just and it's also a fixed sign. So it's like don't get too fixed in your ways, and just be open to changing. And with that North Node, conjunct the ascendant, and the North Node is in Leo. So the shadow part is, how do you really want to shine? And what makes you not want to shine as a shadow? What does the lower self or others makes you not want to shine? And it all come through your emotions. So then, like I said, coming back to the 7th house, Luna's going to come through the group of friends. So you might be able to a friend might share something that might really resonate with you, or might really annoy you, but at the same time, it's going to trigger something in you that you need to heal within yourself, that you could come over. So I'll yield, Brother Benjamin. Anything else?
Oh no, I'll yield, bro.
Yeah, man. Oh. Next one will be the all righty. So next we have Lay. This is it's a Leo new moon. Back at August 8th, 2021 at 23 hours, 50 minutes. And this is Papua New Guinea, and this is an Aries ruled zone. And what we have here, we have Sun and Luna and the 4th house. So, Lionsgate portal, 11th lunar mansion, 4th house, deals with home, family, mother, and women. Derived as cousins, career, and business. So definitely, I would say there were a lot of business launched back then, or ideas pertaining to business. And think about women. People could have been really thinking about ways to better their relationship with mother, and maybe also women in general in their lives. Actually, I'd say 4th house, Leo, shining at the home. So definitely could have been a lot of, I want to say, definitely shine at the home. Someone could have been, posting, hosting a party, maybe met a love at a social event or party that they hosted.
A children party.
Or also a children party.
At home, organize a children party, like a what kind of themed, like with Mars there, what kind of themed party?
It's definitely gonna be organized.
Power Rangers, some Power Rangers, maybe. It's like organization, like or Avengers. There we go. an Avenger
Karaoke,
theme.
maybe somebody did throw a karaoke party too as well. As you know, Leo, Rose of Heart, you know, everybody loves to sing, get their heart out.
Leo's a stage too, or want to be the
And being
center of
ruled by
attention.
Venus.
Hashtag center of attention. So it can be the 5 heartbeats, right? With like Leo right there, with a lot of Leo energy, so you can have like 5 chairs and have like the 5 heartbeats. Performing, organizing the home with microphones, with red microphones.
Golden suits, golden sparkle suits.
So now y'all are like on tour. So that was in the home. You've packaged that, and now it's you're getting gains from that and it's prior energy right now. So you're in the metaverse on tour, on the 5 heartbeats. With a very disciplined road manager, Saturn.
So yeah, y'all can have y'all fun, but don't have too much fun.
Have too much fun.
I'll cancel the show right now.
I'm docking the pay. I'm canceling the show.
Cancel the show. We getting you up out of there. We'll find another one on the internet. Jupiter 10th house expansion Aquarius.
Some now hiring signs in there.
All right, let me get to the next one. Let me slide to the left. All right, so that was for the Leo new moon, about 180 degrees, or say 6 months ago. So now we're here at Lay, February 1st on the Tuesday at 15 hours 45 minutes, or what they would say 3:45. We have Sun and Luna in the 8th house. Also the 25th lunar mansion. So, when you talk about the 8th house, it's been said, sex, intimacy, goals and loans, derived as child support, legacies, mates, sense of self-worth. So now that we get into this, so you're 6 months from where you were, and once again, a time to reassess. And if you're still with your partner, people could be, finding ways to get more intimate, to try new things that they see on the internet that they feel maybe could spice up the relationship. Let's see, where was it at the last one? So, 4th house, they're also looking to secure the home. If they haven't already, or looking to build more upon that home foundation that they set for themselves 6 months ago, with new goals and maybe getting a loan or something to further build upon that structure and foundation at the home. When it comes to our cousins' career and business, it's like family business, and transforming that with the 8th house, with the ideas to help transform. Maybe someone has a cousin, they have ideas with, or maybe one of their cousin has a career that could put them on with, so that they can fully, chase after their goals. And, just getting down to business, setting the goals with what you want for your business for the next 6 months that you can do via the social media, and the internet. And I'll yield, Brother Benjamin, if you have anything that you would like to add.
Yeah, securing, I say digital inheritances, if that's the thing. So you would have, like, if you have any physical possessions in the 2nd house, how would you, digitize those and secure those assets and gain from them as well, and hopefully gain from them with Aquarians there, so hopes and wishes. And then you have a Saturn there, so you don't want to lose out on the quote unquote, if it's a gamble or not, because being more, you don't gamble, but you don't want to invest in something that isn't gonna, reap what you ultimately want to sow. And that's it. Can I pass it down? Can someone that's close to me, really, like cousins, things of that nature, how can I pass this down to them? How can I use this? So I'll say that. Mars being there, so you're aggressively securing possessions digitally behind the scenes.
Ooh.
Yeah, appreciate that.
All right, so then I'm gonna get into the Antisha chart. So we have Sun and Luna in the 5th house. So we've talked about the 5th house, pertaining to love, romance, love affairs, children, and your inner child. So when we talk about the shadow, it's like, how are you neglecting your inner child? What ways that you can do to bring out your inner child. Also, it could be a time where people could be, jealous of others, love and relationships, or they're just jealous of their creative expression. And so with the light being in, the 8th house of enemy and sex, and, now with Antisha being in the 5th, it's just a real deal, real self-assessment of how you view sex, how do you view being intimate, and to let go of any past undoings, past doings that have maybe hurt you, or you felt pain from, so that could be transformed and transmuted in the 8th house to properly get that with your partner and just deal with all the mysteries of life with your partner. And then when you think about the Antisha shadow, in the 5th house, and we go back to the new moon to the 4th house, it's like, all right, where do you want to let go it from the home? What needs to be fixed at the home with the mother and women? And also with the shadow, and with it being ruled by Luna, I want to say just take the time and just keep going and understanding. And there are ways to handle child support as we deal with the mysteries of child support. And coming from that 8th, and someone's really planning to leave legacies for their children, or people are now looking to set things in stone now in order to set things to build for the future. And also with it dealing with the mate's 8th house mate's sense of self-worth, that's going to come through the 5th house. So it's listen to your partner. Sometimes we like to listen. We hear people talk, but we're not listening because we're listening to respond. It's really listen to your partner and listen to yourself, and just deal with it, what needs to be done, and just healthily and properly communicate. And I'll yield the floor, Brother Benjamin, if you have anything you would like to add.
And leave an inheritance for your children, because 5th house children, Scorpio rules the 8th, and that's where the energy is now, in the 8th house in Aquarian. So like I said, digitally, so or within a group, what group are you within, securing the inheritance for the young. So you definitely have truth with you. You have transforming truth and securing the inheritance and the possessions. Yeah, because right in the possessions you have Leo and the North Node and Uranus. So there was a sudden change, you're like, okay, cool. And it's going to be the internet too, because Uranus is the internet. So yeah. So now you're taking the game, quote unquote, via digitized.
Taking that self-transformation, awareness, and transforming it so that it comes out, so that it transforms your personal values.
Yeah, you just see the South Node of Aquarius. So I was like, oh man. So it was like some bittersweet stuff. So it was sudden changes in the actual possession that, I guess hurt the behind the scenes. So you weren't ready for whatever happened behind the scenes digitally.
Indeed, yeah, with that and the South Nodes in Scorpio. So yeah.
Yeah. So you're like, oh man, now the mind is like, man, behind the scenes, like, oh man, how can I, restore, rebuild, or restructure. That's what Saturn is right there. So yeah, Saturn is like rebuilding and restructuring, helping you rebuild and restructure the loss of the unfortunate event behind the scenes that that was affected the masses. Yeah, sudden change in possessions, but it was a good one if you had your ducks in a row.
Indeed. All right, so I'm gonna get to my last one. We are at Guangzhou, China, for the Leo new moon, and this occurred August 8th, 2021, on the Sunday at 2100 hours 50 minutes. And we have here in the fifth house, circled in the blue, we have the Sun and Luna in the fifth. So when it comes to the fifth house, I know we just talked about it, love, romance, inner child, derived, father's money, and movable possessions. So as Brother Benjamin just spoke about inheritance, someone back around this time in August could have received an inheritance from their father, or their father gave them something to help them help themselves and really shine in what they do. Once again, definitely could have found a new love affair. Other people could have been finding a way to tap in with their inner child to heal that. To heal that inner child and really express it, because we all have that inner child within us. And, even though we do, what they would say, grow up and become older, that inner child is always there. And it's always that inner fire to express, what you really feel in your heart. And with, the sun governing the heart in Leo, and, being in the fifth house, it was just a time to get together with a family and just really find a way that you can really get more creative with what you do and what you love. And
I'm so sorry. I'm trying not to do that. It's just coming to me. It's like, yeah, I'm going to hit this fire right quick.
Man, I'm over here working 3 devices. But did you have anything you want to add to that, Brother Benjamin?
Oh yeah, I would say like if someone actually, decided to create, check right now, they could be, getting a checkup right now wherever would it be your 9th house next?
For what?
But the new moon in Aquarius. It was the 8th house.
Yeah, it's 9.
Yeah, so it could be like a hospital. So you be getting a checkup in a hospital with the 6-month period. If you decide to create when the moon and the sun were together conjunct in Leo, so you're like, cool. You decided that you're getting a checkup now in the 9th house within the group or a hospital, things of that nature. So yeah, and Venus there in the 6th, so yeah, getting some service. She's like, oh my God, like I was feeling this way. And then, they went and checked her tummy because Venus in Virgo, and that's like the actual intestine or the stomach. Well, that's what we are. And they getting, was that the ultrasound thing? I don't want to disrespect the process when they could see, the belly or see what's going on inside. So Neptune is across in the 12th house, so that could be an institution or a doctor or a hospital. You know what I'm saying?
Indeed, yeah. When Mars ruling, it was in the 6th, it's like, organizing your health and your sense of self-value.
Yeah, you can have a sharp pain in your stomach. You're like, oh man, what's this sharp pain in my stomach? Because there's Mars and Virgo, and that's the stomach area or the intestines. So you can be like, oh man, like what's going on here? And you communicated that. You're like, oh man, like something's going on. Feel it in my heart. Your heart is telling you, like, yeah, something's going down.
And it's
like, and I yield on that one. It's like that.
All right, so now we'll get to Guangzhou, or what they say it's Canton, China, for the current Aquarius new moon. February 1st, 2022 at 13 hours, 45 minutes. we have the sun and Luna in the ninth house, with the sun, being in, the God house, the house that he lives to be in. And, when it comes to the ninth house, it's been said to deal with travel, wisdom, derived as the sister or the grandchildren. And so for this, so we have Sun, creativity, Luna, emotions, Aquarius, social awareness. So it's definitely people are going to find out foreign things on the internet. A lot of more foreign things are going to be shared on the internet. There could also be trips being planned to go foreign or to go, study foreign. And also learning about more cultures as, what they call spirituality is talked about more, and now more seen. People could be looking to start to relate more by cultures as, the game plan for some has been to separate the people. But now, ninth house, Aquarius, social awareness is going to bring the people back together by law and religion and cross cultures. And people will see that all cultures is based in one thing, that we are all the same in one. And yes, I shall yield on that, Brother Benj, if you'd like to add anything to that.
I would say restrictive travel, possibly, because you have Mercury retrograde being ruled by Saturn in the 8th. So behind the scenes, so that could be like, I guess the teal, or, you're trying to book somewhere via, internet. So soon you're on your own ground, with Capricorn being on the ground. So you could be in a home trying to book somewhere to, fly out or something like that, or get some type of traveling service. That could be some type of hindrance in getting that, with the Mercury being retrograde there in the 8th behind the scenes. So, if there is, you want to travel somewhere, book a little ahead.
Yeah, book early, book ahead.
Yeah, please book ahead.
Definitely don't wait to the last minutes.
Don't wait, especially with being Gemini on the rise. So you okay, cool, and roll Gemini, Mercury, and you find Mercury behind the scenes retrograde Capricorn. So it's like, oh wow. Whereas Saturn's in the 9th. So it's like, who are you talking to that's restricting your travel? Because Mercury is like travel as well. Because, we are, what I'm saying, MERS, and we're Mercury-based beings as well. So that's us trying to communicate, or whoever there in Canton, China. But y'all got that train there. So y'all just hop on that train and just like, that train that goes like bajillion miles per hour.
Yeah, Jupiter ruled zone. Let's see, 9th house. I got anything else on after that? Someone maybe getting in touch with a sister that they haven't talked to, or finding out that they have a sister that they never knew about. The grandparents could be planning something major for their grandchildren, or teaching their grandchildren foreign studies, as they could have a foreign family for those that are in some places and family elsewhere, bringing that foreign knowledge. And I'll yield.
Yeah, I yield to
go. All right, now we're going to get into the Antisha, or the shadow chart. So now we have Sun and Luna in the 6th, and with the light being shined in the 9th, and the shadow dealing with the 6th, it's Scorpio.
That's higher learning and service, and then it's like you want to break it down some more to it. So it's like
9th house, higher learning, 6th house, sense of usefulness.
Yeah, you're trying to fix some type service of
giving. How would we like to go with that? Whether you want to say tomato. It's the shadow in the 6th house, so it's just dealing with whatever you the annoyances of whatever you do it for work. As we know, 6th house deals with what we do for our job, and 10th house deals with career. So it's just being settled, not letting things ruffle your feathers at work, or how you're not where you want to be. And just take some studies, or maybe somebody could be thinking about maybe getting a pet, a small pet or not pet, a small pet, a small animal. And also, it's a good way to, I would say, go work out, run, hoop, push-ups, pull-ups, yoga, anything to, take that negative shadow energy that's held and to transmute that into something better. And, with everything coming in the ninth is, just going foreign, sometimes, we like to look within, but we can also look without and travel foreign. So, I'll yield on that, Brother Benjamin. If you have anything else you would like to say.
You got Gemini on the rise, so you find Mercury again. Mercury is being ruled by Jupiter in the fifth in Libra. And it's like, okay, cool, what is Libra? Or whereas Venus rules Libra. And Venus is being ruled by Jupiter from the fifth. So you're like expanding your values, your creative values, trying to find a way to balance your creative values and expand them from behind the scenes. So you're getting service, like you're asking somebody, maybe you're asking an astrologer, because a Scorpio is like is the eighth house, and that's the occult. So you could be like asking an astrologer about, you gain through your creativity or your values or whatever value you have. You're confused, and with Neptune being there, so you're confused and expanding your values. So you want to get service behind the scenes with them. So that's probably why in the ninth house, for Saturn has some type of restriction on gaining. So you go to a foreign place to expand.
One second, Brother Benjamin. I just happened to check the live. So Medulla Bay, peace and love, beloved. Virgo, Khalifa territory. Well, actually, pertaining to our studies and the information that we was given, Leo rules over the West Coast, as Leo rules gold. So when you think gold rush, it's ruled by Leo and the sun. So that's why Leo rules over the West Coast and Virgo rules over the East. Islam, Brother Medulla, that's why we have Leo, being that why it is pertaining to our studies. If you have anything else, definitely be more obliged to being corrected. But as I stand, Leo rules over the West Coast, Islam, or for the California or Khalifa territory, and also parts of Mexico as well. I'm like, go ahead, Brother Benjamin. I was just checking the comments.
You saw Islam. But basically, getting help and getting service behind the scenes to creatively expand your values. So you're trying to get a relationship where you're in a relationship and contracting that. So you're talking to somebody about that, and them trying to get some answers to how you're relating to expand your values or your possessions. Getting service behind the scenes. So you could have an astrologer or something behind the scenes if that's a shadow. You could be getting service from behind the scenes, some communicated truth that's transformative. You could be gathering transformative information from behind the scenes.
Indeed, yeah. So, come to Southern Hill Star. You ain't got to post you came to us.
Yeah.
You can do your, but you definitely don't want to post it once you see the light that we give you. And gratitude, Brother Medulla, peace and love. And you got anything else, Brother Benjamin?
Oh, no, yeah, like you.
All righty. So that was for Guangzhou, China. That was your Anticious shadow chart. And, I'm just going to lob it, to my bro.
All right, here we go. Haka, because that D solid. I like that. For Haka, new moon in Leo. So the prior 6 months in Leo, we would have the new moon there in the sixth house of service. So how would you get your, say, heart service, or I'm saying your mind is definitely getting on some type of servicing your heart, and you're definitely within the institution, because mirroring that you have Jupiter in Aquarius. So you're thinking about, okay, cool, where do I go? Where do I search via internet retroactively? Thinking about, okay, cool, where can I go here to, get myself serviced? So you may have some type of, I don't know, not to be doom and gloom here, but as far as talking about the physical body, some type of inflammation in the tummy that's communicated to the heart. And you want to go get that serviced, via, Zoom call, since you can't go actually to that. So you may want to set up a Zoom call. Yeah. So some type of hospital institution. So how would you use, your creative services that you learn from getting service to heal others? Because you got Saturn there. Saturn is retrograde in Aquarius, and you have Jupiter. So you have like humanitarian philosophy. And Jupiter is in its own house, so it gives you great, intuition to want to help others in a humanitarian philosophical way. Servicing others. And I yield there to get to the energy now. Brother Sean for Haka, February 1st, 2020, Tuesday, 1100 hours and 45 minutes. And on the rise for this new moon in Aquarius at 18 degrees, Taurus 24 minutes, which is the degree of leader of a party, which is the degree meaning, right? So who wants to party? So you're putting together something. So the energy here, whatever type of party that would be, a party of doctors, a party, of Power Rangers. I'm just kidding. But being governed by Venus, who is being influenced by the great OG Saturn, since Venus is in the sign that Saturn governs, which is the sign of Capricorn. Moving to the 10th house, a house governed by Saturn, the new moon in Aquarius is taking place in the field pertaining to career, the father, one's public image, and achievements. Setting a new tone within the group to gain proper recognition regarding to status in the public. Seeds of Justice planet now sprouts abundance of peace gained through discipline and consistency. So, things that you do now, as far as jurisprudent things, teaching, protocols, and such as like self things and bringing those together, because we're divine and national. I know we're in Haka, but there are Moors everywhere. So if you're only divine and you're only national right now, is a good time to bring them together and bring them to one stream of thought, to reflect your public image, because what you know is who you are. So, we're just being who we are. So whatever stream of thinking of who you pertain to be is how it will manifest. So, be careful how you do that. Hope you're doing that to better your life. Management change regarding to government, because it's a house of government as well. And you have the sun there being the government and the moon being the people. So there could be some type of change via government told on the internet, on the media. So you could be at home on your phone somewhere, watching a executive or someone of power, which is Saturn there, speak to the people about certain changes or some type of regime change within, the political body. Regarding to government, online establishments as well. So you may be like, oh man, I'm gonna go to this website that I used to shop at, and their whole digital storefront has changed. So they used to look like this, and now it's look like this, because they wanted in the beginning, like, hey, cool, we're gonna target this type of audience. Now we want to get a quote unquote new beginning to the store that's already been there, but it's just a reboot or a refresh. Hashtag regulators will be regulating. So that goes again with the Saturn there being, structure and restructure, because you have Uranus there. So Uranus is, was that at the bottom?
Oh yeah, for sure. Are you looking for Uranus, bro? One.
Yeah. I was like, whoa.
Oh, there you go. And it's 12.
Yeah. So sudden change in values. So the sudden change in values, they're just like hidden. It's going to restructure, the public or the status or how you do things when it comes to the people. Because right now, the people's resources have been altered, and that's hidden. So the people are like, in shock. They don't know what to do. So that's going to be, communicated to the people via internet. The regulators will regulate. New role being placed upon the collective as it comes to responsibility to the public, making sure self is taken care of in order to assist a brother or sister when need be. The fresh urge to serve the collective is at peak in the 10th house. New ideas on how to push humanity forward without the restraints of outside forces interfering. So there's Saturn again, and you have Mars there behind the scenes in Capricorn. So you're gathering very resourceful, very anchored information, and that to fight, quote unquote, the restraints that come when operating in the public, because things always happen, and you're going to have, energies that are always harmonized and always don't want to see you thrive. That doesn't mean like, doom and gloom things. It's just, how things are, but all things are stepping stones and learning lessons. So now you have like proper factual things that are concrete to assess yourself rather than go back and forth. You can just plan it, say what you gotta say and move on and let what you said speak for you. So you ain't even gotta like quote unquote be there. You can just like boop, that's concrete, that's a Capricornian thing, it can't be moved, that's truth. I'm out of here, because Mars is, it's on the go. The responsibility to the public, making sure you take care of self, pushing humanity forward. Saturn making sure the structure is long lasting and just. So overall, with the new moon being in the 10th house, there's a restructure and a strong intent for the collective to be moved forward in a way where it can't be protruded with BS without using that word. So you'll always be you'll be thinking before reacting.
And I'll just add to that, it's just let the love of studying things foreign, and foreign doesn't mean like another land. Foreign could be something that's you're not used to, and let that transform the career. And I'll yield for that, bro.
Right here, service behind the scenes again. So right now, with Mars being ruling over the new moon here in the 6th house, and that being Mars being governed by Jupiter. So once again, you want to secure and balance your values. So whatever you're securing and balancing your values, you want to make sure those are inherited. So it seems like you're definitely aiming to get with a group and restructure and have a actual solid steel structure within an institution, because that's Jupiter. And balance your values, making sure that your inheritances are being handed down properly and you're getting service for that. So you're in constant getting service behind the scenes to properly get your inheritances inherited in a structured way. And I'll yield on that. Seems to be the energy there. It says Karachi, new moon in Leo here, happening in the 7th house of relationships. So once again, how are you relating to one another, or how are you relating to self within the group? So inside the institution, which holds the group, how are you relating to self is retrograde. So you're going to take what you learned within self, within the group, from the shadow, and how you use that to, gain and hope and be prosperous in this new Aquarian new moon energy. So you're going to use this as like a nail in the ground to like, hey, cool, I've done that. Now I'm moving forward to lay down like a smooth track. So I'll yield on that, but just overall, how will I use the energy from the group to now? So right now, you'll have it in a group right here at 11th house. Karachi. I'm saying Karachi, February 1st, 2020.
You good. I'm going what you said.
Karachi. What could be Karachi? It's Karachi. Okay. February 1st, 2020, Tuesday, 1000 hours and 45 minutes. And we go right here for Karachi. I mean, Karachi. I'm sorry.
Karachi. Yeah, you good. Karachi.
I definitely say Karachi on accident. New moon in Aquarius on the rise at 19 degrees Aries, 52 minutes, which is the exaltation of the sun and fall of Saturn, 14th degree, being ruled over by Mars in Capricorn and ninth house of higher learning under the beams of Saturn, controlling that impulsive earthly energy, transiting into the 11th house of gains / hopes and wishes, groups of friends, the internet, networking, and income earned from businesses. Or self-employed business, putting light on one's position in life within the context of the group rather than selfish life actions affecting the group. So don't be a David Ruffin, basically. The need for social security within the collective is a shining point here. Within the collective, and new creative projects or activities performed within the group. The need for social security within the collective is shining point here, because without proper social security, the group / nation will never rise to its ultimate potential. Now and for generations to come, because there's Saturn. So right now, Saturn is going to make sure that what has been perpetuated will not be perpetuated thus furthermore. And if it is, then it's like, really cool, you brought that on self. So make sure that self isn't making decisions that is going to be dealing with for a long self time. Inner ideas turned into fruitful contact with others. Joining new groups via internet is possible now. If a certain course or TV series you came across last cycle, it's time to dive into that with the open mind and not a critical mind. Gaining much resourceful information and facts to use practically and share amongst the collective for it to strive in everlasting harmony. Do what's good, not what's cool. And I say that because Aquarius deals with groups, so you can do something that looks cool within a group or get with a group and end up doing what's good. And what's doing what's good ends in always, quote unquote, what feels good, because it's like, cool, this isn't what I like, quote unquote, but it's for the better of whatever you're doing, because it's 9 times out of 10 of things you don't like are making you better for something on the other side. So with Saturn being humanitarian, you're not going to want to do what's cool. You're gonna want to do what's good. And if you want to do what's cool, you're probably purposely using the energy the wrong way. So you know what I'm saying? Honor self for self, so you can honor someone else, and don't try to be a quote unquote cool guy. Because no one likes the cool guy or the cool girl. And I'll yield on that. Brother Sean. Yeah, sure, right here. How you relating? How you relating to the group? So are you gonna use the quote unquote the purple, what was that on the Proud Family, like the Gray Girls or something like that, the Ashy Twins? You're gonna get with that group, or you're gonna get with the group that are making posters about cleaning up the school and picking up trash and stuff like that. Like I said, you can be like a lighter to light someone's candle, or you can have a flamethrower and burn somebody alive. So how are you going to relate to people in your shadow side?
That's on.
And I'll yield on that.
Slime, yeah, we all, everybody has a shadow side. It's just, it's understanding what it is, and once you understand what something is, it can't no longer have no control over you. I mean, it'll be times, but once you know that saying. So once you know the shadow, you know how to operate on the higher. And sometimes it's always a balance between the higher and lower self, because too much of, higher activity, the lower self is neglected. Too much lower activity, the higher self is neglected. So it's just, like as I got here, let it swing to the right and left, once you know the swings, once you know the swings, you know how to dodge in between, you know what I mean?
Probably like double dutch. I don't know how to double dutch, but it seems very critical.
Yeah. So just, understand your shadow and, communicate it to the group, because, just some things need to be, talked about and discussed so you can always see things from maybe a different angle. As different angles, we already know within us, but seeing something from someone else's point of view that we might ignore ourselves can activate and bypass that block to let us see something ourselves. So, and also, if you're hating on someone within the group, maybe you might need to check yourself as to see why between your group or your friends. And when it comes to relations, it's having that healthy communication and just knowing yourself and knowing, your triggers and your tendencies. But I yield, bro. I yield.
Yeah, because there'll be old habits you bring into the group, or your old habits you bring into the group with South Node and Aquarius there. And the public or the career. It's in the career spot, but that's an old habit.
Yeah, take those old habits, learn from them, and now just keep fully stepping into your new habits, which is that fourth house.
Box, like on with that Bad Boys, like, this is our box. We're gonna put everything in this little box. We're gonna throw it in the ocean. And then never gonna get it back. You're just gonna get to the bottom of it. So we put all the bad habits, soft node tendencies, put them in a box and close this box and throw it in the ocean. The Atlantic Ocean. Istanbul, new moon. So the energy 6 months ago in Aquarius, or in Leo, my apologies, in the 8th house. So behind the scenes, once again, you're communicating your creative self behind the scenes. And once again, secure of the children. So you're communicating some type of inheritance in an ancient manner with Mars and Virgo. So there's some type of ancient or anxious, I'm trying to say that, some type of anxiety in organizing, inheritance behind the scenes for the children. And Leo, the children. And so when you're making a copy of yourself, when you, reproduce. Yeah. They're like, via internet, once again, so everything went digital. So or in a group. So you may be going to find someone or like some type of institution, in Istanbul. I don't know if you guys in Turkey have a Moor signs Temple of America there, but the people could be flooding there. That's an institution, it's a group, and then there's Saturn, that's humanitarian, and you have Jupiter, law, civics, balanced philosophy, things of that nature. So you want to make sure these proper things are inherited to the children. So this energy is reflecting that. So with the next one will be the 12th house. So the unseen. So you're going to take the Aquarius energy, which I'm sure Jupiter is going to be Pisces at this point, right? Yeah. So right now we're in the institution. Istanbul, February 1st, 2020. Is that a Tuesday? That is a Tuesday. 0800.
Not Tuesday.
You know it. Day of Mars. 0800 hours, 45 minutes. Istanbul, new moon in Aquarius, on the rise, 21 minutes Aquarius, 21 degrees Aquarius, 22 minutes, which is coming off the degree of faith at 20 degrees Aquarius, cusp of the 26th lunar dimension. So bringing that little energy from the 20 degrees to the 21st degrees, because everyone's in a degree for the rising. So I just put the energy that is coming off of. Is bringing that energy to the forefront of the 20 degrees Aquarius. The new moon transiting the 12th house of undoing things, institutions, the astral realm, Saturn ruling over the ascendant, And both moon and sun in Aquarius give this new moon energy to letting go or recharging one's spiritual and physical batteries, to have the proper stamina to assist the public in service. Empathy and awareness arise for helping or assisting those lacking the resources to service the self, making time to heal and reflect on the journey thus far and how that journey has influenced you, assisting others in service along the way, along their journey as well. So how has your journey helped you help others, basically? Journal dreams, learn to meditate, take one spiritual practice to another level. Taking stock in what you fear to defeat the hesitance in achieving the new goals that have been set and lay ahead to align with the authentic version of yourself. So, get yourself right. So in the 8th house, what was prior energy, you can have the prior mind to set up structure for your youngins so they can yield, so they can grow in this internet world. So right now, everything is going digital. So you want to make sure that you're properly, quote unquote, trained, not a master of it, but you can guide it to where your cherubs or your youngin can inherit something other than a Piscean, dogmatic, followership type of mindset. When it's going to have to be an Aquarian Uranus mindset of self and I know. So you're going to be teaching the I know and letting the awareness, letting your children inherit the I know instead of the I believe. And you're making sure that it's set up online, and that's what's hidden. So you're bringing that to light via internet. So you're bringing the I know to inherit to your young via internet. So that's like 7 hills. So you're gonna go in there and turn on the Aquarius webisode and let the youngin soak that up and let them possess that mentally. And then they're gonna, repeat that. And I'll yield, Brother Sean. We have more to say, but yeah, basically.
It's just
That's a stellium.
that's maybe journaling and just being open to see what's hidden via the internet, because the internet is definitely gonna, as with the being also the age of Aquarius, Aquarius ruling, technology and social media, 12th house, what's hidden, limited beliefs is definitely gonna be, opportunity to lay what you want to learn and get rid of for the next 6 months, dealing with that Aquarius energy. So by the time that it's the next, Leo new moon, at some time in August, you'll really be able to shine on what you learn now and what you set for now to give to your children and for others to understand via the internet, and doing it for the bigger cause, the humanitarian cause, for the social awareness of all. And I yield.
Yeah. So we have right here higher learning. So in the shadow, we're going to be behind the scenes, meditating, or always bringing back what we've learned and what we are continuing to learn behind the scenes to bring to the forefront. So in the shadow, we have the Antisha shadow reflecting in 9th house conjunct the Saturn there. So there's some restrictive or law as well. So you behind the scenes law and making sure that things are secure and law in the present, in the 12th house. So you want to make sure things are just and fair all across the board. And sudden changes. So sudden changes, if you weren't prepared for them, now that if another certain change occurs, which it will, you'll be ready and you will be secure yourself. So always recollecting on the higher learning that will preserve, your new structure via internet, via media or anything that isn't actual tangible. You're going to be securing your digital asset, and you always want to be referring to a higher learner or a person of learning in that field. So we're going to be behind the scenes higher learner. So it could be another astrologer here. So that astrologer could be helping you on the national side of things. So we're all nationals on the planet. So wherever you are, astrologer helping you with the higher learning and guiding you through, you know what I'm saying, foreign things to you.
Indeed, indeed.
So yeah, the things that are unseen in the 12th. So that makes sense. So you're learning the things that are unseen in the 12th, and now that the energy is in the 12th, you're shining light on what you brought from the 9th, the shadow. That's transformative, and you're bringing it to the 12th to share in service to the 6th right down there. Set change. So. That's neat.
Oh, great key. Hit that start the screen share. So that concludes our our Aquarius new moon global delineations. And Brother Benjamin, would you like to add anything else into that?
Oh no, bro. I'm sorry.
Trying to find my video. Here we go. So add that back in. So just for some final things, with the Aquarius new moon, it's occurring on the February 1st. So with it being, the first of the month, it's just adding, just adding an extra energy to set those intentions. So I would definitely journal what I want on the first, on the day of that new moon. So you really get like a double, little extra season potency energy to what you want to bring, but it's exact the first, so 3 days up into it, and it still can be felt 3 days after it. So there's still time to do it, and there's always a 3-day window on these new and full moons to do your journaling, or however you go about your practice for whenever there are full and new moons. You can still also check out our global presentation on the sun ingressing Aquarius. Check that out, and also check out the Astro Weather Report that me and the bros do. Myself, Brother Hasan, and Brother Jag. We go live and do that every Wednesday for you. So also check that out as well. And let me come back real quick. Oh, all right. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Let's see. So now we're just gonna come back to the screen. She's there. Come on down. Rock this thing out.
If you are what you say you are, a superstar, then have no fear. The crowd is here, and the lights are on, and they wanna show. Yeah. A fresh, cool young Lou, trying to cash his microphone check 212. Wanna believe my own hype, but it's too untrue. The world brought me to my knees, what if you brung you? Did you improve on the design, did you do something new? Where your name in on the guest list, who brung you? You, the more famous person, you come through. And the sexy lady next to you, you come too. And then the hitman, standing outside of heaven, waiting for God to come and get me. I'm too uncouth, unschooled to the rules, and too gumshoe. Too much of a newcomer and too uncool, like shadow in the veil. I battle with it well, though I need a holiday like lady who sung blue. Go back, whatever you did, you undo. Heavy as heaven, the devil on me 2 tons too. If you are what you say you are, a superstar.
Indeed, indeed. And once again, honors to Prophet Noble Drew Ali, for bringing it all back, as we like to say, Hasan's, your favorite astrologer, Prophet Noble Drew Ali is your prophet's prophet. He brought that information from what a lot of heads have got. So honors to him. And once again, check out Heaven's 7 Hill Star. Check out the Prophet Noble Drew Ali University, given for freely by Brother Hasan to meet the prophet and his literature in your own way, but also being able to discuss and get different angles and, to square up your foundation for that. And, you go check out, let's see. just go check out Seven Hill Star, the website. There are a lot of good things. A lot of good things are being built. I just want to say once again, congratulations to our great bro Hasan for for his winnings and his news that he just received, or the reassurance of the golden light. So also check that post as well. And we just doing what it do. We're still here. We're just living life. We live in ourselves and continue to solve our own sums and, just go with the flow, just surf it out here. We ain't forcing it, we're just surfing, we're just going with it. I don't think I have anything else. Brother Benjamin, you have anything else?
Oh, no, man, that was great.
I'm about to get me some grub for real. Probably see me snacking on them chips right there. I'm enjoying some
good.
chips.
Man, I got
kettle chips.
I got the kettle drinks. Yeah, Ace got me his bag of 52, and it's rough. It's rough, man. I gotta get some control. But the little bags though, I'm just like, I just need one huge bag. And I'm like derivatives of bags, because 4 is like one bag. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now that Venus is direct, I'm about to be cool. I can just get one bag and be fine. I don't have to go back and be like, man, like two more bags will do me. But I'm like, no.
You know what I'm saying? Be like, hey, babe, hey, go ahead and check out. I forgot something. Go back and buy you 2 extra bags to ask yourself.
Yeah, man.
But and Venus will still be in her shadow, but out of the retrograde period. So definitely something to be excited about, and kind of look back on just how you value yourself and how you want people to value you, how you earn money, how you attract money. And Mercury is still in retrograde, but it's been very interesting. I know I discussed with Son earlier, but there will be another live that we will be going in on tomorrow. So definitely be on the lookout for that. I've been excited for it for a while now. I'm like, woo! What's that video at? Ooh, wee!
Y'all are hilarious, bro. Hold on, let me see if I can spotlight me in. If I can, it's all good. I was trying to spotlight me, bro, on the one that you see the green screen behind me for the iPad, and then spotlight the logo, bro, if you don't mind.
Indeed.
So
Give
yeah,
you the spotlight.
So I kind of thought about it. Thank you, Brother Sean, for letting me in on you guys' excellent presentation, man. Because we're all working together on this, right? However, man, just even thinking about even the art that you're presenting and everything, and we've been absorbing a lot of my experiences of proclaim my nationality, because a lot of people will come into different challenges and things of that nature. So I just wanted to just say, we have done what we needed to do to make sure we are honoring our ancient foremothers and forefathers, for one. I just, tip my feds to you brothers for doing that. You know what I'm saying? Because it was, just perfectly aligned, for it to, Seven Hill Star to just, have, one sentient being that's national. And now we're 5 sentient beings that are national. And we made sure that no matter what, and we're clear that wherever we go, or even if we enter into any other partnerships, or being recently, as they say, awarded the scholarship for the organization for professional astrologers, we know that wherever we go, we're coming in being Moorish American, we're being national. You know what I'm saying? So we're coming in with our minds intact, being national. And also, when it's time to depart, if and whenever, and even during, while we're wherever we are, we have who we are, inalienable, unalienable, intact. All right, we have those rights intact. So, a lot of times people will, glorify a whole lot of other things after taking their nationality and birthright seriously. Whereas we've been consistent in, being in Prophet Noble Drew Ali's literature, meeting Prophet Noble Drew Ali in his literature, of course, as well as just being consistent, man, with the project. Because you brothers, this is what? This is cycle 9 or cycle 10 for intuition. This is 11. So 11 Mondays straight, you brothers have been on. I know a lot of people, oh, who are they? And how have all of a sudden these people are like, because I mean, it can be rough when people think that you have to do something for a certain amount of time, or they want to know who is what. And what gave Hasan the right to give his own certification? I mean, when you look out there with all the astrological societies that are out there, technically, when you see the flow chart, that I'm trying to think, who had the flow chart in their stories? Was it you, Brother Benjamin, or Brother Terrell? Had in their stories on Instagram the flow chart when it's dealing with the operations pertaining to the Moorish Holy Temple, the Moorish Divine and National Movement.
That was I would say that was me, as far as like having Moorish Divine National Movement and then the Canaanite Temple. Just like a family tree of just, organization, basically.
Yes, is the flow chart. And we're in harmony with that flow chart. And we're in harmony with that because we're clear on some things that have been prophesied about us 100 years ago without us really being big-headed, arrogant. We have fun. We enjoy ourselves while also being prudent, being jurisprudent, being civically minded, being astrocivically minded. And so I said all of that to just say, man, like even further, like I just want to, like I said, tip my fez to you, Brother Sean, Brother Benjamin, of course, Brother Corey Bey, and Brother Terrell Tamari Bey. You know what I'm saying? Because you all have been consistent for yourselves. I know we're all together and we're working together and we're doing these different things and, receiving a full scholarship, to continue our studies in astrology or whatever. I just think, even though it may have come through one, it doesn't matter because we already see, because, there's, another astrological society that, I'm a member to also just as of recent. And you guys already know whatever I get, my bros get. So with that being said, because it just makes us better, it just makes us a better collective in assisting in uplifting fallen humanity. And, to see the respect that we're getting from astrological societies because they recognize who we are. There are some astrologers out there who will mention, oh, it's people out there with caps on their heads that will do this and do that. And it's funny that these astrologers that, when they say caps and stuff, I know sometimes people are probably talking about a fez or whatever, but we know we don't have a cap, right? Even though some people refer to it as Liberty Cap. What I recognize is that these people don't even recognize that we're considering them to come on for interviews because we honor their work. See, if this was basketball and we were some hoopers, we be trying to bring on, who's ever a great hoop star to come on to our, YouTube live when we play pickup basketball.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like they should do that again. I used to do the EBC, the Entertainers Basketball Confederation or whatever it was called, conference. It's like, why not do something like that? It would be fun. You guys can have an impromptu type situation or whatever. And I've been thinking about astrologers that, as we've been seeing that there are people we're bringing on that may not necessarily identify just yet with their nationality and birthrights. However, we know that technically those of us that are declared will claim on nationality, we're, in that position to have the say so first and final because we know the history and the law. You know what I mean? Like when Obama came back in, what was that, 2008? And he made that. He went to Cairo. Was that 2008? He went to Cairo. When did he go to Cairo? Or was that 2012? I got to remember that. It might have been Hillary Clinton from the Benjamin Franklin room. But all within the same time span of that administration for Obama, they had to do everything. They was doing everything to let it be known, hey, guys, declare and proclaim your nationality. It's over. These things are over. The liquidation is happening. It's been over since, Jorge Bergoglio, that calls himself Pope Francis, right? Mario Jorge Bergoglio, right? So when he was there standing next to Obama, that was a signal. That was a signal, guys, that it's over. All righty. So, that's why when they talk about crown poison, or whatever like that and things of that nature, it's like, oh, well, now all this, no, it's just people liquidating, things, their properties. So we just been consistent in who we need to be based on that. We're not looking to go, oh, here's an astrological society that validates that we're Moorish Americans. No, this is actually extracurricular for us, because what the instruction that we already followed and that we only have to be consistent with is be ourselves and uplift and follow humanity. You know what I mean? So actually, Seven Hill Star is, as I see, the active Allodial American National Astrological Society. Because not only do people, you know, when they come for astrology with us, and people already kind of know from the jump because we are up front, our tassels aren't pinned down on our fezzes, so there's no oath of death. We've already affirmed who we are by birthright. You know,
that willow tassel.
You gotta get it going, get it going, brother Sean. You got it.
Nah, see, I watch my glasses, making my glasses gonna fall off. So
that Willow
no,
Smith.
it's all good. But I'm saying it's not pinned down, bro. You know, it's not at 33. You know, because we are embodying 360 twice. So it's 720 as above, so below. So with that being said, man, it's like we're not, you know, doing anything secret. We're not doing anything untowards. We're not dishonoring Prophet Noble Drew Ali or the mission in which he brought us, because he said, I'm a universal prophet, and the philosophy and my philosophy is universal. I just came to you most first because you need me the most. That's why everybody else across the planet honors Prophet Noble Drew Ali. That really is about not occupying our land or occupying us. We're just in the occupation mindset, period. You know, it's because it's inhumane. So I said all of that to say, guys, we're going to go and review a little later. We're going to live again. And I'm thinking, guys, where we should go with it, because we're going to actually analyze Venus and Mercury, like Brother Sean said, right? You guys had mentioned that that's what we were analyzing, the Venus's retrograde and shadows, right? And Mercury's retrograde, you know, station retrograde, station direct, from station retrograde to station direct, and then back to where it went station retrograde, because that's the 3 strikes. You know, 3 strikes you're out. It goes once there, station retrograde goes back, that's 2, station direct, and it's the 3rd once it goes back to that point. Once it clears the point where it went, and like I said, man, y'all already know I have a finality to it already. You know what I mean? But we're going to go over these charts. It's about 6 charts that I did twice. I did the order in which the events occurred, and then I just did them in order of, okay, so these are the 3 events that Mercury had going on. These are the 3 events that Venus had going on or has going on. And just see, what does that mean collectively for everyone? I kind of have it already in my head. I'm going to probably freestyle Wednesday it. I'm not sure. I mean, maybe we should just come back to YouTube, because we haven't really done anything like that. Usually I'll go like Facebook, or we'll go on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? But I think we could probably do Instagram. You guys want to do Instagram? Seven Hill Star Instagram? We can fit like 4 of us in there at least, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right, I've seen 4.
Yeah, on Instagram Live. Maybe we'll do that. Because I mean, as much as, you know, people, you know, do come to the YouTube, like a lot of people do come to Instagram. You know what I mean? Due to the fact that we have a sprinkling of people that participate. I don't like really saying followers, but we do have the sprinklings of, you know, it's like 1,000 here on this social media, 2,000 on that one, 450 on this one, 180 something on this one, or 190 on this one. You know, and I know we go hard. People like that. These brothers go hard and they got under 200 subscribers. Why would they go? Well, because that's not what we're here for. We're here to actually do the right thing. And it's just other things in other areas that's just really working out for us. And I'm telling you, you guys get the most amazing global delineations from these brothers, man. Not just because it's like, oh, well, they're a part of Seven Hill Star, so I got to say, nah. Because even sometimes I sit back and be like, damn, yeah, that's exactly how that, yeah. And now I'm sitting here thinking like, we really don't need any other, and I'm not being arrogant, because a lot of these Astrological Society members are part of our email list. All righty. So we're already, you know, letting it be known who we are and things of that nature. We know we don't need anyone outside of our own community validating us. We're just taking our place amongst the affairs of men because we know what's going on. All righty. And we know what's, you know, I see what's going on with other astrological societies also. I see what's happening. All righty. So it's in our hands. It really, really is. However, we got to be national. You know what I mean? Like one astrologer let me know, like, You know, they really wouldn't tell people nothing because they don't want people messing up things. And I'm letting you know now, you know, when it comes to these astrological societies, it's just best to be civil. And if that's not where you are and it's your first time hearing about it, because I know a lot of people think, oh, astrology ain't real and stuff like that, then why are there societies out there that make sure they groom them from young to professional? Because I'm a part of both of those astrology societies. Like both AYA and now OPA. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and it's not because I've been around. No, I did what I did according to Prophet Noble Drew Ali's instruction. According to meeting the Sayaraha of Great Seal National Association of Moorish Affairs, Mother Rashida Bey. You know what I'm saying? And she been had let me know, you know what I mean, the direction of what I'm to go in because I'm an astrologer. My chart says I'm a born astrologer, basically. You know what I'm saying? Like, cool, that's great. All right, cool. I don't get it like that. I don't have to be like, I'm going to be this and I'm going to be the best at it. That's not my mindset. My mindset is I really like this. And I really enjoy what Prophet Noble Drew Ali left us. And we can take it further. You know what I'm saying? Even further than we really, even really thought or anticipated, because we've been doing this thing sincerely. I know when y'all had asked me about basically working together in astrology, that, you know, y'all are the reason, you know, it was y'all asking, and then I think it was me, Brother Corey, and Brother Terrell just was like, yo, this is how we can formulate, you know, our, you know, means of certification amongst us. You see what I'm saying? Like, you guys do a great presentation, bro. 11 cycles straight, man. Like, and to me, I'm gonna keep it honest with y'all. To me, because I know where y'all started and where y'all at now, man, y'all are doing leaps and bounds. Because I'm telling you, man, I had a different experience. So, you know what I mean? I wasn't in the streets. You know what I mean? I was in the books, and then I'm checking out astrological societies after declaring and proclaiming my nationality, because it was one that met 450 feet from my front door. And I ain't even know it. You see what I'm saying? Well, shout out to the Baltimore Astrology Society. I'm not necessarily a member there yet, but I've gone to many workshops there. I've met some really great astrologers. I even got to meet Lynn Coiner in the last physical one I think they had was February 22nd, 2020. Lynn Coiner is like their go-to medical astrologer. You know what I mean? But I got to meet Jeannie Moyer, right, who transitioned in 2020. She's one who does Jeannie Moyer through Baltimore Astrology Society. That's who they listen to for her yearly predictions every year. You see what I'm saying? You couldn't wait for Jeannie Moyer to travel from near the West Virginia State Republic to come up near the Baltimore Corporation to give her delineation testimonies on the year ahead. When I saw that, when I saw people where they had lectures about which phase of the moon sat the Oval Office the most, when I'm seeing the conversation, I was like, nah, yo, this not happening where my biological family is from. You know what I mean? And that's why it's like those of us that have taken nationality and birthright seriously, people that are Masons and Eastern Stars or anybody in any type of lodge, they know what we are and what we're doing. And they can see that we're not really arrogant, anything like that. We're just doing what we need to do in the state and conditions of being around others that may not really get it, but y'all get it. That's why y'all being yourself. That's why y'all putting on the fez, because you know that the fez is, you know, fathers of the eternal zodiac, FEZ. This is mother's womb. We actually honoring mother all the time. The fez is her womb. This finial here, 1-inch finial, her navel. This represents the umbilical cord here. The ball is the placenta, the string. The string's 360 strands, 3 + 6 + 0, 9 moon cycles that we're built in her womb, because the mother's grand architect. No hammer, no saw, no chisel. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and we're clear on that
part. Yeah.
What'd you say, bro?
I had to stamp mark that part, that breakdown you put, like for the playback. Like, I hope you guys and gals have pencil and paper and explaining the representation. Like,
yeah, absolutely, man. Because go ahead, no, I ain't cutting you wisdom. Go ahead, brother Benji.
Oh yeah, just a gem. But I was in a live the other day, well, like last night, and they were speaking about the feds, and they were saying like Turkish and all these things that you hear about. a symbol of civilization. You know what I'm saying? Every time you see I don't like use the term pregnant woman, but a woman that has, you know what I'm saying, has life inside of her, that's basically what this represents, but from the inside. You know, like, this is like the outside of it. You're seeing like what's happening on the inside, outside, and then we're actually the outside manifestation of her as well, but you never hear, you know what I'm saying, the representative mother while being quote unquote a man or patriotic in action, but not at the thinking. Because men are logical, like you said, you physically built a digitized school, and that's the practical or logical man part of it, but mentally it was to secure mother. This is a place where mother can come. It's not a physical place, but a place you can mentally go and be at ease to learn about herself and things of that nature. So yeah, it's just like a mirror. Yeah, it's like higher self, lower self. You can just put some male, lower self, quote unquote, and higher self, mother right here. So like mother's always above, kind of like the sky, because inside this bed is dark, right? And so when, you know, the sun goes down, it's dark above you. So it's representing that as well, like a, you know what I'm saying, an esoteric tip. You know,
It's love. I mean, and you know, when we go into, I think it's also in Brother Taj's book about a certificate AA 222141, and going in on, you know, a little bit about consular courts and consular restorations. And in that book, it has a portion about the feds in it. And it explains, you know, what it is. And so, you know, that's why, you know, it's nothing for us to have our own. We have 7hillstar.com. We are all 7 Hill Star certified, to make sure that, even down to the point of how we're interacting with people. You know, I'm probably the most, hey guys, what's going on? Everybody else is a lot more calmer than I am in that sense. I will kind of, hey guys, but that's because also at the same time, let's just keep it a band. You know what I mean? I've initiated our venture. So it comes with a certain, you know what I mean, quality control that sometimes, you know what I mean, it doesn't call for y'all to have to really be spokesperson-y as I have to be at times. Do you get what I'm saying? However, at the end of the day, not explaining myself, however, at the end of the day, it's like, I just really enjoy this experience, man, in a time where, you know, a lot of people, you know, are saying that they're finding it difficult to unite. Well, I was able to find that unity and build a viable astrological society after making sure putting Prophet Noble Drew Ali in the forefront of everything that we do. You know what I'm saying? Like we comprehend honoring our ancient foremothers and forefathers. So it's not about dogma, belief system, or following or worshiping some man, because we can only honor Prophet Noble Drew Ali. And so we know that we're taking our place amongst the affairs of men out loud. That's why you can catch us on different social medias, doing what it is that we do. And you may see different artworks. And like Brother Sean said, what was it, last Monday? He was like, yeah, or maybe it was Wednesday, about, you know, sometimes you may hear us use music and people be like, oh, well, that's still in lower self and things like that. Oh, well, in the balance, it's not that we're using it like that. It's the music actually illustrates whatever artwork we've put up there. It's communicating the artwork and vice versa. And sometimes I think people just kind of are not used to recognizing such genius. And I'm not saying that to sound arrogant or anything. I recognize what's in our natal charts, you know, what's in our genetical tropical figures, as well as our draconic and sidereal. We comprehend these things about ourselves. And so we're just being ourselves. However, there are beings out there that may be unaware, speaking about awareness, may be unaware about how to just be themselves. So they've made these hangups. So instead of being themselves, they'll judge people like us as corny, square, geek, clown, goofy. Oh, they sound like this, and they're wearing fezzes, and that one got on glasses.
Oreo.
You know what I mean?
Oreo the other day.
Huh?
I got Oreo the other day.
You got Oreo? Like somebody said you're.
Oh, whoa, like
are you meaning like they called you white cream filling on the inside, black on the outside? Is that what you mean?
Basically.
Okay. Well, that's a good thing.
I'm like, sort of. I was like, I guess technically, yeah, sure, yeah. technically I'm white on the inside. Yeah, I'll take that.
Well, we know your whole status is free white person. That's all our status.
Yeah, so that's how I'll take it. Like, how you saying? Like, she's like how I guess spoke and my mannerisms, but I'm like, we're just getting some squares. How am I an Oreo of you?
Well, that's also because, may I say this plainly? And I mean no offense. There are two types of mindsets going on. There are people who, know what's really going on. Then that's usually those of us that, we have national principle at our foundation. And we're not servile in our thinking. So our mindset is liberally artistic. We have a liberal arts mindset where usually people that call the liberal arts mindset corny, square, geek, clown, goofy are usually those that have only been exposed to the servile arts. You dig what I'm saying? So that's how that go. I ain't gonna hold you up, Brother Sean. If you gotta go. Okay. Oh, you was grabbing something. Okay, I thought you was about to grab your coat. Like, yeah, no, my bad. My apologies.
Let me
get some of them chips. No, let me stop. Okay. I'm about to.
Hey, Hasan, are these chips good?
You said the chips. Are they good? I don't know. I can't say yes or no.
Man knows
because I'm not tasting them. Huh?
The man knows not by being told.
Exactly. I don't know if they're good. I don't know if they're bad.
Hearsay.
All I know, huh?
It's hearsay at this point.
It is hearsay. I'm witnessing him eat the chips. I'm even imagining how it could taste like barbecue. The reality, though, it's hearsay if I say those chips are good or bad.
I stand neutral in this, but I can view that it's hearsay.
So I stand mercurially. I don't say yes. I won't say no.
I'll just be here at the helm in the first house. Guiding.
I'll view the relationship from the first at the seventh, how you guys relate to one another in this matter of unjustified evidence of how the chips may or may not taste, according to said location of each party.
I'm going to say, because I understand, I comprehend human behavior and mannerisms, that to Brother Sean, those chips are really good. Like, they're really good. They're delicious. No,
I like the art of eating chips, the art of expression, the seasoning for the chips.
It's so funny. You know what? We're gonna have to go through the Nicholas Culpeper books, because in the library we got books on what is it called? Nicholas Culpeper, something about family book and large or something like that. It's 3 volumes in our library, our astrological library. And there are pictures of all of the plants, trees, and shrubs that he could, calculate or draw, illustrate, and say which planets they're ruled by. It would be really interesting to actually see which each ingredient in barbecue sauce is ruled by.
We got Opus, Astrologicum, Directory for Midwives, and what's this other one?
What's wild is no one would think of those words when they hear barbecue sauce.
People like barbecue sauce. They're thinking ribs, grill, hamburgers, And here I go. I wonder what planet rules barbecue sauce. Everything is observational astrology for me, bro. Like, cause I just really, I'll listen to people talking. I'll be like, I wonder if their Mercury is here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, okay.
Like, yo, Mars, you wild for making that barbecue sauce taste so good.
Well, Jupiter at the time was.
Hey, hold on. Was you in the Google Drive, Brother Sean, just now?
Mm-hmm.
All right. If you go to the Drive, right, and go to our library, right, maybe go to the Astrology 101 workshop library, not our First Aid Ministry astrological library. library that's within Prophet Noble Drew Ali University within the Astrology 101 workshop 2020. And when you go into the astrological library, just use the search and just type Nicholas. I know Devore is going to show up, but Culpeper should show up too.
Yeah, there's that Opus Astrologicum. Let's see what this is. An astrological work left to prosperity.
I don't think that's it. So what when you typed in Nicholas, what generated?
It brought up 2 encyclopedias of astrology, a directory for midwives, and that Opus Astrologicum.
Really? It's gonna make me go look for it. Hold on, I'm about to go on the drive myself and look for it. Let me see. Let me go in here. Prophet Noble Drew Ali University, our astrology library, and I'm going to hit search. I'm going to type in Culpeper, C-U-L. Oh, directory for midwives. You know what, bro?
Sorry, I had to get my master feet.
Hold on. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna find which ones they're in. Let me go and check the other one. Let's check the other one. Let's check the other one. Because I know I have these books where they're all pictured. You know what I'm saying? And if not, I'll just find them all over again and re-download them so we can all have them. But let me go to our First Aid Ministry astrology library. You guys can get there too, right? Through the share with me. Where is our library? Oh, General Postal Union. Got it. Astrology library. Let me type Culpeper here. C-U-L-P. Wow, it is Opus Astro. Oh, Brother Sean, you know what? You know what I think?
Mars Rose barbecue sauce?
What?
No,
Is that a thing? That's real?
This isn't it, but these are aphorisms that are written in Old English in the Opus Astrologicum. I ain't gonna front. I kind of got a thing for the Old English. I like reading it to see how they used to write certain words, which we call letters now, how they used to write those words to get the terms that we call words now. You know what I'm saying? But all right. So no, I do have 3 other. You know what? I may have to check. That's interesting. This is what we'll do real quick. Let's do this. Let's have some fun real quick. Real quick. As a matter of fact, I'll make it even faster. Let me go and check archive.org real quick. Because I know it's 3 of them. Because every, plant, tree, and shrub. And that's why I'm trying to remember what is it like family and Nicholas Culpeper enlarge, something enlarge. I gotta remember. That's what I'm thinking of. So if y'all could look for it too and see what comes up. And Culpeper is not, it's just C-U-L-P-E-P-E-R, I think. I think it's not like a double P. I want to say it's the family something enlarge. Family book or family Bible, and it's something like that. I'm just kind of drawing a blank right now, temporarily. I'm calling it back to my mind. No, don't freeze on me, baby. Let's see what actually generates. Alrighty. Wow.
Don't be
1 second. That's what it's called. Okay. It's called the English Physician Enlarged. That's what it's called. The English Physician Enlarged. And I know when I did that, right? The English Physician Enlarged, when you go on archive.org, look at how many people viewed it. You'll see one for like 2,493 views. That's probably something that I downloaded. You see what I'm saying? Because I was looking that I saw there were different types. You know what I mean? One you'll see is the English Physician Enlarged with 300 269 medicines made of English herbs, not in any former, looks like, impression of Culpeper's British herbal. And then there's another one that says enlarged with the 360 medicines. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I looked at different ones, but I know that there's one of them. It's literally a 3-volume set. And it's the English family physician. That's what it's called. So that's why I said, you got to remember, man, that this is what people have been really doing medicine with, because this is what our ancestors were doing. We know how to use the earth. We know what the compounds are, the chemical compounds of the different things on the planet. And that's why I'm saying, like, when you have like an encyclopedia of medical astrology in tandem with, a Culpeper's book, just so that you can just kind of get a little more of this or whatever, then what you'll actually see, hold on, let me not do that to y'all. Pardon me, I'm talking as if I'm screen sharing. And then, we'll yield and get ready for that Venus and Mercury presentation. So right here. So all I typed in was Nicholas Culpeper, right? And people have been knowing about this. It's been astrological societies out there too, bro. So you got to remember that this is our ancient foremothers and forefathers mindset. This isn't something new to copper-toned people. The term American, when you look it up in Noah Webster's dictionary, 1828, American denotes the various copper-toned people, or the Aboriginal copper-toned inhabitants founded by early European settlers. The key word is founded, which means those Aboriginal copper-toned inhabitants were already here.
Message. Okay.
All righty. And they were already working the land and did some things. And there were hybrids termed Englishmen that wanted to write down everything. And it was really based on the fact, because what's going on is the fact that, one, it's a karmic debt. All righty. Violating the dollar and 4/4 system was done on one side of history, and now it's being done again. It's just called coronavirus. But people violated, the laws of nature. And because the dollar and 4/4 system are based on, the sun and moon. All right. So violating the sun and moon by way of that which, the sun and moon actually rules over as above, so below. So that's what happens. Then on top of that, you guys can really just see that at the end of the day, what's happening now is the third level, where everybody's got to be civilized. It's got to be civilization, so to speak. However, it's being yourself. You know what I mean? Declare, proclaim, national, which not just means you only got to be national. There are principles there with what I'm saying. As you guys can see, man, like these books aren't new. All right, this stuff's in old. Like, we want to click on one. Okay, let's click on one. Let's click on one. The complete. This one got 4811. But this is not it. I know it's the English Family Physician Enlarged, and there's 3 volumes to that joint. So, however, see, this has got 100 additional herbs. So that means, like, how many of these things are out there? And how you do this, you go to the PDF portion. See PDF right there? That's where you get the PDF from. Right there, right? But I ain't going to click on the PDF just yet. Let's just turn these pages, right? Oh, does that say epistle to the reader? Who is this, Paul?
Yes.
Paul, you writing 13 epistles and whatnot? Is this the Bible? What's going on? I thought I was reading astrology. Let me stop. It's all connected. It's all one thing. But English physician. So the physician was using herbals. What's all this injection stuff you got to get? What's that? What's all this? Let's make some chemicals in a laboratory. When we had to teach our sons and daughters how to work the land, and then they went and recorded stuff. What year is that at the bottom? 1814. And you telling me people call using an apothecary or herbs and stuff alternative medicine. Did y'all see how many books I just brought up? How alternative is this? Is it alternative to what? What's being practiced now? Because what's being practiced now seems like it's against what was even being practiced in 1814. Which really still, when you think about that, you know what I mean? You're thinking about, you know, the War of 1812, you know, as they call it, and you know, what happened there, and then, you know, Fort McHenry near the Maryland State Republic, and don't forget 1814, oh, say, can you see that you need herbals? Can you see that you need herbals? Can you see that? Can you see
Jupiter
that?
rules herbals as well.
Huh?
Look that up. Jupiter, it has a hand in ruling herbage, certain type of herb.
Yes.
So, yeah, to expand, you know, higher learning. No,
absolutely. Because then that means, like, okay, like I said, I'm gonna have to add these Culpeper, because I have only those 2 Culpepers. No, these English family physicians got to go in there, bro. I'm telling you, they got to go in there. And if I scroll more, I'm telling you, I want y'all to see the one where it'd be like volume 1, volume 2, volume 3. It's like, look. But look, man, it's showing you pharmacopoeia. Like, this stuff isn't new. Do y'all see those? First of all, I know it said stuff was 1814, but do y'all see that Nicholas Culpeper was really, like, when was this man? What does that say? 1616 or 1654?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Y'all better stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. Look, okay, let's go with this one. Culpeper's complete herbal with nearly 400 medicines made from English herbs. See, look, this is one I wanted to show y'all. I ain't playing. So look, all right, boom. See that? Hemp agrimony, adder's tongue, avlanes. Avlanes is what you call oatmeal. See, it say Avens. In Moorish Latin, avlena is oatmeal. That's why you have the lotion called Aveeno, because it has oatmeal in it. It's oatmeal lotion.
Woo!
All right, period. So when you guys really take astrology seriously, take your national. That's why I said, man, that's why we put Prophet Noble Drew Ali out in the forefront, period. Because that's where our foundation is. We didn't just learn astrology and pick up tarot cards and crystals and call ourselves some great healer of things because no. We did what we did based on a firm foundation. That's why we have many things pertaining to astrology. Not just presentations every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. However, there's a free astrology workshop done with puppets that I and another Moor that did the executive production with their family because they saw what I was into and what I'm doing, and they backed it and can't wait to show me when they actually, you know what I mean, have Moroccan Roy and Potatis Rare, because I still make the puppets and I made them some at that time. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to start manufacturing more, but it's like, guys, we got to do this. We got to make sure you guys are caught up. So when I go and sit there and post about a scholarship through an astrological society, trust me, nobody usually does that. I'm just thinking with all this twerking and body popping and, oh, I'm a dude that knows how to do this process in a de facto corporation. Like I'm somebody trying to save the republic. Look, y'all can do all that, talk all that stuff online. The instruction that I got was to take your place amongst the affairs of men. And it looks like my 4 brothers got the same instruction. So when I bring you up, pardon me?
Be a 7 Hill star and sincerity.
It's Islam. Islam. Yeah. So when we bringing this though, bro, look, and we saying, yo, there's a book out there. First I said, yo, it's a book out there. I can't remember, but let me think about it. But I know it's the English Family Physician Enlarged, because I think it's, if I'm not mistaken, there's pictures in there too, but there's this too, so that you can see what these plants look like. They went through a lot of trouble to draw these, man, because that's 466 pages, bruh.
That's a great picture too.
You see what I'm saying? Pointed dock. Is that like burdock root or what? I don't know. All I know is, you know what I can do though? You know what I can do? I can go to our drive, right?
And the farmer's at
Right.
The farmer's almanac. Man, that's
Right.
crazy. That's not crazy.
I know, right?
Wow.
You guys actually, yeah, it's amazing, ain't it? It's amazing for 8 notes, and people walk past it all the time. And it's chock full of astronomy and astrology, because you wouldn't eat if those farmers didn't know astronomy and astrology. You would starve. Why do you think stuff is going? Oh, Monsanto is this. No, guys, learn how to take care of mother. One mother's breast have given us up. What's that breast? It's the soil. So make sure it is trace mineral and nutrient rich. Because if the soil is trace mineral and nutrient rich, then the plants will be trace mineral and nutrient rich, which means we'll partake in consuming something mineral and nutrient rich, trace mineral and nutrient rich, man. I'm just sitting here like, man, it's so easy, but let me not sound like I'm going off. All right, so let's do this, right? Let's go into our astrology library, right? Because we know that we can go in here and type encyclopedia, right? Because we want medical astrology, right? Even though I just added to the concise encyclopedia of psychological astrology today. Shout out to the Oracle. She sent that to me. All right. So with that being said, we go into Howard Leslie Cornell's book, all right, Encyclopedia of Medical Astrology. And I think this was published 1924. So it's a fairly recent book. However, what we can do is kind of look at the entries there, even though we're referencing someone who clearly was doing things in the 1600s. It's like, let's just kind of go back here. Let's just look. I mean, I can't even, hold on. What am I doing here? What did I just do? This is what I meant to do. I ain't gonna make that all small. Pardon me. All right. So let's just tap some of these pages back, because we're on page 864. Let's just kind of look at this cover and see what are we even looking at here? Like, really, what are we looking at? Why is it not in the center anymore? All right, so let's just kind of do this, right? Okay, boom. Okay, so I guess that would have been the cover or whatever, or the inside. Okay, cool, whatever. Yep, not really sure about that. Let me hit that, because it could be people watching us live just to see if I'm gonna answer the phone. So the Abner Wellborn Calhoun Medical Library, 1923. Stop it. They didn't even hide where you could find this book or where it came from. The Abner Wellborn Calhoun Medical Library. Why is this in a medical? Okay, I'm gonna be quiet. Emory University, 1836 to 1915. I'm sorry, though. This is so funny. Oh my, it's just amazing, because we can see clearly that, like, all right, now Nicholas Culpepper, obviously, we're just going to check his bio or whatever. Right? Let's bring this back. I don't know why it's so been like that, guys. Pardon me.
That's definitely how Noble Drew Ali could have been, when I could have been, how Noble Drew Ali was killing people. If you
right?
Proper research on Noble Drew Ali to see how he was, getting rid of illnesses and such.
Indeed,
quote,
indeed.
Jesus deeds, quote unquote, healing the blind.
All right. No, you're right. Since you mentioned that, right? Can you see that at the bottom? First of all, the British herbal and family physician for the use of private families. Yo, it's the difference between public and private. But that's not, yeah, I'm just saying. So that means that the public families get shot with things, with syringes, where private families that, have national mindsets and holding things in trust, yeah.
They get CVS.
Huh?
So the public families get CVS retrograde.
You know? You know what I'm saying? Look, yo, hold on. For the use of private families by Nicholas Culpepper. Oh, they did put 2 P's right there for Culpepper. It's funny. Some people only leave 1 P. It's 2 P's right there. Student in metaphysics and astrology. Y'all see that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And at the bottom, what does it say at the bottom, Brother Benjamin? Read it for him real quick. What that say?
And he spake of the tree of trees from the cedar tree. That is in Lebanon.
That is in Lebanon. Remember, when
Lebanon.
you think about the continental flag that has the white canton in the corner and the cedar tree.
In Lebanon.
Yeah, that's here. Okay, continue.
Even unto the hyssop.
Hyssop.
That hyssop that springeth out of the wall. 1 Kings 4, chapter 33.
So in other words, it's saying, hey man, this stuff heals you. And now you guys know that since that is 1 Kings degree 4, minute 33, we can go to the Metaphysical Bible Dictionary. So that means we already touching 3 books already. We touching Culpeper, right? We touching Culpeper's book. We touching Howard Leslie Cornell's Medical Encyclopedia of Medical Astrology, Encyclopedia of Medical Astrology, and we're going to the section entitled Herbs. We're going to that article, right? Let's see if this is just, come on, man. There we go. So, boom, here we go. Howard Leslie H.L. Cornell, MD, right? Okay, look, man. Looks like astrological signs and somebody holding the caduceus. Speaking of Mercury, right? All right, anyway. Encyclopedia of Medical Astrology, right? There he goes. That's Howard Leslie Cornell. Look at that guy. Kind of curly on that hair there, buddy.
Up to the same with the Silamus. Okay.
Got a little Moorish mark there going on, huh? Right? Astrologically yours. H.L. Cornell, MD, DA. Right? Encyclopedia of Astrology, Medical Astrology by Howard Leslie Cornell, MD, LLD. So he's not only, he's doing law and medicine. He's a doctorate, and he has a doctorate in medicine and a leg legume, I think it's called, or lex legume. You know what I mean? When you look up what LLD stands for, it's giving you the Latin. So he's basically a doctor of law too, so to speak. You know what I mean? Didn't Jesus dispute with the doctors of the law when he was 12? Okay, anyway, that's astrology. Honorary professor of medical astrology at the First National University of Naturopathy and Allied Science. Where? Newark, New Jersey. Sounds familiar. Old Canaanite Temple, 1913, when Prophet Noble Ali put it there. So you telling me you guys did what you did a little after then? Or were they learning from Prophet Noble Ali? Because remember, there's a lot of things that was, people trying to keep away or whatever, but we won't go there. We're not going to do they didn't teach us this and they don't. We're not going to do that. We're not idiots. Author of, quote, Astrology and the Diagnosis of Disease, 1928, a bound volume of his magazine articles on medical and biblical astrology, Now, do that like a TikTok video? 1924, member of the New York Psychical Research Society, National Geographic Society, the British Institute of Medical Astrology. This is back in the early 1900s. Did y'all hearing this? Okay, I just want to let y'all know there's been things okay, this stuff been happening. Medical Astrology and Metaphysical Science, permanent member, which means that he gave all his finances to be a lifetime member. Permanent member, not all his finances, but whatever it was for a lifetime membership. Permanent member of the National Eclectic Medical Association, formerly, unless he was just inducted into it, you know what I mean, by way of his work, if not, given finances. Formerly, National Secretary of the National Astrological Society of what?
The American Astro Society. We'll go down a little bit. The United States.
And of
the American Astrological Society.
This is the year. What year is this again?
This is 1924.
Come on, man. And what we got going on with us and being, we didn't beg, hey, Astrological Society, please. No, it's like, oh, it's a scholarship going on? Shoot, let's see what happens. Hey, look, this is what we've been doing. We're filling out for this. What you guys think? We think you guys are winners. Okay, yay for us. You know what I mean? Thank you for looking at us like winners. Right? Because Prophet Noble Drew Ali, I'm not being rude when I say this. I'm saying what Prophet Noble Drew Ali had prescribed and had wrote down all statements and prophecies. The European is helping me. Why aren't you? All right. So that's another reason why that's posted out there in the public. We're not braggadocious. We're not, boo-boo, we got a scholarship and you didn't. No, that's not what it is. It's like, hey, put down the Jordans and the Popeye's chicken sandwich. All right. There's other stuff going on. There's other stuff going on in the world that really, if you really honored Prophet Noble Drew Ali and really met him in his literature and really honored Charles Mosley Bey, who I call the Caliph, which is the defender of the faith, the defending this astrology for us of people that have let ourselves fall mentally and be enslaved mentally. So me and my bros are not slaves.
Let go of the Jordans.
You see what I'm saying? We've declared and proclaimed our nationality, so we know that we're competent, and technically we have the first and final say so due to the fact of who we are and who we're being. However, our sons and daughters, but because if you want to see evidence, all you got to do is look up the George Washington letter to the Sultan of Morocco, sent to what they call the city of New York, dated December 1st, 1789. I don't have to make this up. Go and research it. It's a YouTube video. You can rewind what I said, even live, and pause it. You know what I'm saying? So go and check these things. But I'm just showing you guys. We're sitting here starting out with Culpeper. We're going back to check the herbs. So let's just go straight to herbs. I will read you all this letter of introduction. Goodness gracious. It is mind-blowing. Because you see when it was written, what's that say? February 3rd, 1933. It's a letter that somebody writing like, yo, you's the man, son. Look at these courses you were giving. Are you telling me there are college courses and look, chiropractic, osteopathy, naturopathy, physiotherapy? Come on, man. Y'all can't just be, oh, well, astrology and tarot seems popular, so let me get a better bra and let me tie some copper around a few crystals and wear it as a crown. And then if I be like, yeah, girl, and then we got some sage going. Look, I'm not knocking y'all. I'm showing y'all how to not look silly. How to respect yourselves.
Yeah,
say that again.
Elevating your game in layman's terms, just put down your childish things to get attention and actually, be worth. Use growner tools, mature tools. I agree. Islam, brother. They can screenshot that. Y'all can screenshot that and read that for yourselves. All righty. So let's go here. Letter of introduction. Take a screenshot. Okay, there you go. Good. And let's move up to the bottom of the letter so you can see it. All righty. Good. We're doing screenshot. All right. So we're going to move on now to herbs. But this is important too. Abbreviations. You know why it's important? Because if you really don't go over these abbreviations, you're done. You see what I'm saying? Because these abbreviations really, really help. Because there's a lot of shorthand and abbreviations in a lot of the articles. So it's good to get familiar with these. However, you will really kind of cure every dis-ease in the body. You will never have to get injected with anything if you really study this little word right here in this letter. It's the second one that's listed. But you see, they're dealing with the bones. First osteopathy and then chiropractic. Because all nerve endings in the body are running through the spine. So if you have minor subluxations, which means dislocations pertaining to the vertebra or vertebrae, then 9 times out of 10, you may think you have a sciatica issue, but you might need a 4th or 5th lumbar adjustment chiropractically. You don't need somebody cutting into you talking about, oh, we're going to fix your sciatica. It's a prostate problem. It's not a prostate problem. You have a 4th and 5th lumbar issue. So it would be good to really know about the vertebrae. I ain't gonna front. You see how I say SP for a certain portion of, well, it's not, we don't mean certain portion, stomach place, which is a portion that runs through the spine, a part of the vertebrae that's connected to the nerves in the stomach. But under that, you see the word subs,
Because when subs is written like that in the articles, it means subluxations, which means minor dislocations of the vertebra or parts of the vertebrae. And I'm telling you, that's one of the most important articles in here is in the V section on vertebrae. I'm telling you, if you really get down the vertebrae, then you will really get down the constitution of man. I will go there to show y'all vertebrae so y'all can see it. But let's go to the herbs portion because that's what we brought up first. Knowing the aspects, planets, the zodiac signs, and other symbols, that is great too. All right. So they're preparing you to learn how to physician heal thyself. But no, you guys are letting public trustees run amok in your conscious communities and lie to you about what medicine, medi means middle, cine means to see, like cinema, Cinemax. For those of you that got drones out there, you have Cinemode. You know what I mean? So your drone will fly at a certain speed, a little slower than when you're in sports mode. All righty. So let's just real quick. Let's go to look, man. He even put his natal chart in there. Because you got to remember, they ain't had software. They had compass, square, table of houses, and an ephemeris. That's astrology. And still to this day, I still prefer that, technically.
I was watching a video in the Astrological 101, and then you're explaining how to do charts by hand. You was like, as much as the software is great, you still need to have, a
compass and square. You need a compass, square, table of houses, and an ephemeris. Yes, go ahead. I ain't cutting your wisdom, Brother Benjamin.
Oh, yeah, I was just giving a test to, the ancient ways. I'm not knocking the evolution of things, but, before we could do all that, it was definitely here and looking at the sky and placing it here. And that creates like a solid foundation of when the electric stuff come, you'll be just like, and that is a test like bro can just like swim through that stuff. Not to just shine his knees, but the proof is in the pudding. Like definitely, it's just like the fundamentals of basketball. You don't want to just come to the line, crisscross and like make a move and shoot the shot, We need for the willy dilly stuff.
It's low. Like, this guy's obviously a Leo, right? 0 degrees, 57 minutes. Where the sun's in Leo in the 11th house, conjunct Uranus in the 11th, Venus in the 11th, Jupiter and Mercury in the 11th, and Mercury is within the astrological degrees. Oh, no, hold on. Yes, no, it is the astrological area for Leo. It is 25 to 29 is the astrological area for Leo. So yeah, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, he's got all that in Leo. So he's got one heck of a stellium in Leo, bro.
In the 11th house.
Yes. So he's definitely going to be like the man in astrology, bro. He's going to be the king in astrology because he's got a son that's dignified. Even though Uranus by accidental dignity in the house, it's kind of, in its fall, so to speak, in Leo. And it's conjunct the sun, so it's in council with the king. Well, because it's combust Uranus. Venus is still technically combust. Jupiter is under beams. So Uranus, Venus, and Jupiter are all in council with the sun. I'm not going to make the live long. I just pointed that out. Let's get to the herbs, right? Let's find the H article.
Yeah, 25 degrees is that astrological year. 25 degrees is 29. Just to validate what you were saying, Brother Hasan.
Say that one more time. 25 to 29 astrological degrees in Leo, right?
Yeah.
All right, good.
Ooh, that makes more sense to me.
Encyclopedia of Astrology by Nicholas DeVore. Yeah, what was you saying, Brother Sean? It makes more sense for you?
Yeah, with the astrological degree, because I've got that Jupiter at like 28, 29, and it's conjunct Regulus and the astrological degree.
Yep, that's why I said, bro. I told you. I get it. I told you I get it, bro. Hold on, I think we're here because I'm seeing Hold on. 2
That's
seconds.
OD.
HEM, pardon me. I'm looking for HER. Here we go. Herbs, right? So when it comes to herbs, right? I want to make sure I'm actually starting. Okay, boom. Here we go. Page 354 in the actual article, and it's page 375 out of 979. All righty. So when we see this here, right? Plants, trees, roots, bulbs, berries, vegetation, seeds, flowers, leaves, barks, fruit, nuts, resins, etc. Herbs as remedies. I mean, you guys can just go into it. It's so funny how hemp is right there at the top with it on the other side. Guys, you will see that people have been saying things are illegal for you to have and to do, and the whole time they've been using it in their private families. That's the importance of having a trust. Pardon me?
I was just saying not CVS. I heard you say the private families, and now was saying the public families, because the public families are Walmart, CVS, Rite Aid, Walgreens.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. We're not promoting those. We're telling you guys stay away from them. Well, anyway, so
respectfully,
I'm serious. But check it out. Watch how we read this. Watch how Howard Leslie Cornell refers to Culpeper. But you guys, if you have access to it, 9 times out of 10, you have access to Prophet Noble Drew Ali University. We make sure you have access to our law and astrology libraries. Duh. Right? Prophet Noble Drew Ali said nationality is free. So we're going to make sure you have what you need pertaining to nationality. When it comes to 7 Hill Star and getting the astrology, you guys are going to transact for that because a servant's worthy of his hire. And we're already not asking for what we're worth. We're worth $300 per hour. I'm not making that up. All righty, let's continue. I'm so serious. Again, I'm showing you proof. Not only am I showing you proof, I'm showing you off my memory, first of all, and then I'm taking you to what it is. And this is what I make sure all my brothers can do. All righty. In every locality on the earth, nature has provided an herb, plant, flower, leaf, root, etc., with medicinal properties to combat the diseases peculiar to that locality. So if you wonder why, oh man, I'm feeling ill, man, but then you gotta go out there and cut them grass, all them dandelions growing in the yard, because the earth is saying, baby, take this dandelion for yourself. Because that's what the earth does. Even if it grows out of the rock or stone of a wall, 9 times out of 10, it's somebody in that area, and the earth is responding to you needing that. We are not honoring our ancient foremothers and forefathers like our sons and daughters are. That's why they make books for their private families. Because that's what we taught, that's what we do, that's our culture. But if you're in servile thinking and you're a ward of the state, this is not for you. And you can't be upset and think it's because, you got to be special. No, you have to be sincere about taking your nationality and birthright seriously and study seriously. All right, continuing. Herbs to be highly efficient as remedies should be gathered during the planetary hour. I'm glad we know horary astrology. You see what I'm saying? Because when you really go into these books and start doing things according to the moon and stuff, and according to whatever planetary hour it is, I'm telling you, that's why you want to know, okay, I want to get some flax. I know flax is ruled by Venus, so let me wait till the Venus hour to get some flax, take some flax, prepare some flax. Planetary hour ruled by, ruled by, pardon me, ruled by, right? Ruled by the planet. I want to make sure I keep that out there. By the planet, which rules the herb. Herbs to be highly efficient as remedies should be gathered during the planetary hour ruled by the planet which rules the herb, and when the herb is at its prime, green and juicy, right? I'm sorry, period. And when the herb is at its prime, green and juicy, period. Pardon me, I had the wrong tone for that portion of the sentence. Here we go. Read the chapter on medicines and planetary influences. Is this man giving reference to other books within the article of him? Man, I'm telling you, I like this book. In Pierce's textbook of astrology, and he says whose book it is. Goodness gracious. Which gives the rulership of herbs. So now we got another book, which I'm going to go see if it's in the library. If it's not, guess what? We can go find it, right? Textbook of astrology, which gives the rulership of herbs and the rules for gathering them. Hey man, how do we do this? How do we know this stuff? Is it just the Farmer's Almanac? No. If you open up a medical encyclopedia, encyclopedia of medical astrology by Howard Leslie Cornell and read up on herbs, guess what you'll find? You'll find out that medicines and planetary influence in Pierce's textbook of astrology gives the rulership of the herbs and the rules for gathering them. Reading is fun to my mentals. Yeah, you can make your own stuff. Make your own remedies and tinctures and stuff, can't you? All right, here we go. And continuing, don't even mind the cat. Okay. Anyway, all right, here we go.
Like it's time.
I know, right? No, it's playing around. Anyway, let's do this. Let's continue. I gotta admit, I love cats. Don't repeat that. The large textbook known as Culpeper's Herbal, isn't that where we started?
Yeah.
Isn't that where we started? Then we started Culpeper's,
family physician, English family physician,
right? And then that means I went to, where did I go? I went to archive.org, where we found a boatload of them. All right. I just clicked on this one because of the pretty colored pictures, right? But then I said, hey, we don't just read one book. We make sure we get it in and do the cross-referencing. So we're only a few lines into this, just a couple of sentences, and we've already learned about medicines and planetary influences by Pierce's textbook of astrology, and as well as Nicholas Culpeper's Herbals, very fully. The large textbook known as Culpeper's Herbal very fully treats of herbs, their relationships, and as remedies. Also see chapters 4, 5, and 6 on herbal remedies in Raphael's Handbook of Medical Astrology. Also, read chapter 5 in Doth's Medical Astrology. I know that's in our library. I'm almost completely sure we got Doth, right? Because most of these books I looked up to make sure they're in there. If they're not, guys, you already know what we can do, boo. It's nothing to add. We already have like over 250 books in our astrological library. All right, so let's go. Let's continue. How the planets crystallize in organic and inorganic life. Herbs are used as remedies on the principles of sympathy and antipathy. Thus, diseases caused by Mars may be combated by the herbs and remedies of Saturn by antipathy, or if the herbs of Mars are used by sympathy. See antipathy, Culpeper, cure, drugs, healers, hypocrites, homeopathy, medicines, polarity, remedies, sympathy, treatment. That means you can look for all of those things within this actual book, because he ain't tell you go look somewhere else. Which means he's giving you astrological rulerships of even those things within this medical encyclopedia. Man, I'm telling you, man. I love declaring and proclaiming my nationality and being an Astro-Civician, because we're doing Astro-Civics. We're doing astrology and civics. All righty. I'm telling you, this is a beautiful thing. The physiological action and pathological action, the general action, the elementary qualities, the chemical affinities, the therapeutic affinities, the diathesis, etc. of the planets and herbs are very nicely arranged in the book called Astro Medicine by Dr. Dust. Man, this dude, it's just like if I was listening to a rapper's album He is like, yeah, son, because you know I be spitting and I be getting it. Man, matter of fact, check out my man album over here too. Then no, let me get back to the verse. And then you know I be chilling. It's like, yo, hold on, yo. How many people different people's albums you going, you know what I'm saying? Spit, you know what I'm saying? I'm from the land of Mary, where just about every day a man gets buried. But that's the norm in Baltimore. When things get scary, you'll get whipped for your ice and cream on Sunday. Seriously. By the way, guys, go and check out my brother Sean's album. Like, what? He also has really great music to kind of teach you guys about how to really rap to this kind of music. So when you're really learning about music and rapping, you guys can go and check these different references. Do you see how they working? These people ain't haters.
Yeah,
like Jupiter and Aquarius.
Huh?
That
Like Jupiter and Aquarius. Oh, damn. Okay.
Yeah, that too. Yeah.
You said he has Jupiter and Aquarius in this chart. Y'all saw that?
Oh no, I was just saying that was the energy of him sharing this information as far as like,
yes, Jupiter and Aquarius, yes, expounding upon astrologers. Yeah.
So that's just expanding that, like, yeah, my man's, and I do this and I do this, but my man can teach you this while I teach you this, like simultaneously. If you're private, I'm kidding, not kidding, but yeah.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. That's why I just use the whole rap thing as an example. I mean, I'm not taking that rap thing seriously as I do astrology. It's poetry's poetry, and I love poetry and music. I'm not knocking it either because I love it. I'm just saying, in all seriousness, and agreeing with you, brother Benjamin, that just to see that all we did was look up herbs. We're not even through the whole article yet. You know what I mean? But not even do that. We can stop there, but then we get into which different types of groups of herbs. Jupiter group, just to see a little bit. Saw that agrimonia, right?
Oh wait, we gotta check for barbecue sauce.
Barbecue sauce is made up of like tomatoes and all. So I know we would have to look up everything. We had to look up pepper, tomatoes.
It is very tangy. That's like a Martian thing. Very tart, tangy.
Vinegar, because I think vinegar is in it too. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, and then we know the different tastes from the planetary properties from our Encyclopedia of Medical Astrology. I mean, Encyclopedia of Astrology by Nicholas DeVore. Alrighty. So we already have all these cross references of what the tastes are pertaining to the planets also. You know what I mean? You guys go and look up those planetary, you go and look up planetary in the Encyclopedia of Astrology by Nicholas DeVore, and you will see that when it goes through the different planets, and remember when we went over it in the workshop that we did, you know what I'm saying? We will see that that each planet has a certain taste. You know what I'm saying? When you're looking at these different qualities, these planetary qualities. But you can see, like, you know what I mean? Like, even as we're looking,
I was talking about the hemp.
Say that again. Oh, hemp is Saturn. I think hemp is Saturn. Yeah. Like, let me see. Hold on 2 seconds.
And let's see, bird's foot, black corn,
carotid oil,
sativa, damn, centaur, niagara.
Hemp is Saturn, I think. Let me see.
It is. I've seen it. If you scroll back up, it'll say seek cannabis, and it'll be like Saturn group or something like that. It'll be on the left if we're looking at the screens from the west. If you're seeing at the screen on the west.
Hold on, I'm just trying to make. Hold on, let me see if I actually see it down here though. Pardon me.
Are you good? Oh yeah. Hemp and then Indian in parentheses.
Oh yeah, there you go. Right there, right?
Yeah.
Right. So that's one. But you said you saw cannabis on the west side.
Right here. Yeah. It's in the paragraph as well. That cocaine is the alkaloid taken from cocaine. Okay, wow. I knew that, but yeah, I saw cannabis in this paragraph under herbs right here.
On the left side or the right side?
Left side.
Left side.
Down side.
All right. What is going on here? Why won't this thing stop?
Right there next to Buckthorn.
Yeah, I see it. Yeah, next to Buckthorn. See Saturn group, and then go down. You see beet, and then black Hellborn.
Hellborn.
Yep, cannabis is on the right. Yep, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, so that's what I'm actually saying. Like, you know,
they be like, "Yo, this sativa got me going, yo. I'm just moving. Shout out to Saturn."
Basically, you know what I'm saying? Like, so at the end of the day, you know, and that's why people like, oh, well, since it's Saturn and it's limiting and all these other things, but at the end of the day, isn't it as above, so below? So if these herbs and plants and things are ruled by planets, no man has say so over them, actually, not really. It's just that when we violated the laws of nature, our sons and daughters were put in power. Now they violated the laws of nature, and now it's back in our hands. However, this has to be a collective thing now, because now both mothers and fathers of civilization and the sons and daughters from that have violated the laws of nature.
Yeah, because in the grand respect, we and they controlled divine resources. When you think about it.
No, you're right. You're exactly right. May I ask you a wisdom?
Resources for sure.
I want to add to your wisdom real quick. Now, you see how we see all these things listed, no pictures, right? There's pictures. That's all I just wanted to put out there. That's it. I yield to you, brother Benjamin. And I know we can wrap up and yield soon, but go ahead. Say what you were saying, brother Benjamin.
Oh, basically violating, or not violating, but trying to control divine resources. Because I was like, well, you said that the planets rule everything, and we can't physically put our hand on a planet and manipulate the energies for Jupiter to not do what it does. So in that retrospect, it has to be what it is. It's unchanging. It's divine. So definitely like, oh, hey, we're putting restrictions on this when apples, you can grow an apple tree and abundantly, like you said, one apple will give you like 6 to 8 seeds if you get a apple with seeds in it. But that's because it's abundant. Like you don't create the seeds that go in the apple. You don't create any of the seeds that go in anything we produce. So definitely just get along for the ride.
It's long. Indeed. Let's see where we at.
And I know for a fact that hospitals use these. They have to.
Say that one more time. You said, you know, the hospitals what, bro?
Use these. As far as like the words and things like that, and then like you have to. Because what if you do something and it messes up the patient? You know? Like knowing if they're allergic to this or allergic to this. Like
that's why the first thing is do no harm. That's what the Hippocratic Oath is all about. Vertebrae, very briefly, bony segment of the spine. The nerves which pass through the vertebrae supply the various organs and parts of the body, from the brain to the feet. By making a study of the signs of the zodiac which rule the various organs and parts, and by knowing which sign rules the different vertebrae, it is a comparatively easy matter to know what vertebrae or vertebra are affected or subluxated when the symptoms of the various diseases of the mind and body manifest themselves. See subluxations. The spinal column is made up of 7 cervical vertebrae, 12 dorsal vertebrae, and 5 lumbar vertebrae. The sacrum is classed as number 25 and the coccyx as number 26. See spine. The vertebrae are also called the zones of the spine. Abbreviations for vertebrae at the Atlas place. So when you guys think of Atlas and people be like, oh, Atlas carrying the world on his shoulders. Duh, that's your head. Your Atlas. But the Atlas place, since the world is on it, you see how they holding it. They're also showing the part of the neck, which is the first cervical, which is ruled by Aries and Taurus. Now the axis place, second cervical, again, Aries and Taurus. All righty. MCP. Let's go to see what MCP is so I'm not guessing. Hold on 2 seconds. Dorsal. I might have went too fast. Cervical. Hold on 2 seconds. We're all in first cervical, second cervical. That is third, fourth, and fifth cervicals. All right. So let's go to first. third, fourth, and fifth, MCP, middle cervical place. So you'll see that even though they'll use their abbreviations, when you go and find out which cervical it is next to it, you can go and find and see what it is. Ruled by Aries and Mars, the nerves which pass through them. However, if we go back, middle cervical place in vertebrae, it lets you know third, fourth, and fifth cervicals all ruled by, that's Taurus and influenced by Aries. All righty, so now because you want lower in the neck. All right, lower cervical place, if that's what the LCP is, so to speak. Let's not guess because we're not idiots. Right, fourth, fifth, sixth cervical. 2 seconds. LCP, lower cervical place, like I said. All righty. Because they already told you it's how many again of each? 7 cervical, 7, 12, and 5. 7, 12, and 5. 7, 12, that's 24. 7, 12, well, sort of kind of, but 25 and then 26 or whatever. But anywho, right. But I'm pretty sure we're going to touch, if I'm not mistaken, 32 vertebrae, though, technically. But this is just what's in there in the Encyclopedia of Medical Astrology, right? And this is things that you can see. But anyway, long story short, like when I found out somebody was having, one of the first diagnoses I did and to see, because I was like, I think, you can get, chiropractic work done. Somebody was like, man, I'm having, my sciatica's acting up or whatever. And I was like, what is that? So I actually looked it up using the Encyclopedia of Medical Astrology. I did a few page flips where my spirit was taking me, and it brought me right to the fourth and fifth lumbar, the lower private part, if I'm not mistaken. Let's go to the lumbar section, fourth and fifth lumbar, which I know deals with, because, he said sciatica and he thought it was prostate. It's no wonder that Scorpio has something to do with the fourth and fifth lumbar, right? Along with Virgo, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces, right? Libra is in there also. But if we go down there, and I do think it's the lower private place when you go into lumbar, right? First lumbar is UPP. That should be upper private place. And then private place is the second lumbar, second and third, right? And so fourth lumbar should give me lower private place, like I said, right? So that's the actual part of the vertebrae that, taken together are known as that's fourth and fifth lumbar taken together are known as the lower private place. This vertebra is ruled and influenced by the Virgo, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces signs, as the nerve supply going through it passes to the womb, vagina, bladder, prostate gland, large intestines, colon, rectum, pelvis, hip bone, buttocks, femur, posterior thigh, tibia, fibula, and the feet. And subluxations of the vertebra tend to ailments and afflictions in these parts. You get that? So that's why we're just putting this out there for you guys to, we're not just, hey guys, we're just doing, no, we know the references, where to go, what to look up. However, I'm yielding the floor at this moment because we got another live to do later, guys. And I know we probably need to go get some victuals, go eat. Y'all let me know when y'all ready, bro. Because I'm thinking we should just do Instagram. We YouTubed it out tonight. Let's just go on Instagram and have some fun, see who shows up, and we send out invites to everybody on our Instagram while we go over that. But it's not much screen sharing we can do. So my thing is, if y'all want to screen share, we can. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just thinking if we just go over some things and tell the people what's going on, we got the charts because I made the charts. Or maybe we can, do you think it's a good idea, Brother Sean, to post the charts up?
I'm thinking maybe that I could pull it up on my laptop, on my Mac, and have that there, and maybe share it from Instagram on one device. I don't know how many devices I can
That
be
works. That
on.
works. Okay, yeah, we can do that. We can do that. We'll do that too. Yeah, okay, yeah, because I can bring it up on one of these joints too if I need to. So yeah, that works. That works. Because I'm gonna probably go off the iPad, so I gotta re-download Instagram to the iPad probably. If not, I'll just use my phone, and I'll just go off of my phone on Instagram. Honestly, I just would rather use the iPad because it's just larger. But whatever. All right, so that'll work. So we go in on Mercury and Venus and what they've been in their, retrogrades and shadows and all that stuff. So we'll do that tonight at 7 Heelstar Instagram page, guys. I know I still gotta, do our editing for our thumbnail and stuff here or whatever for you bros. But y'all did excellent, man. Everybody, give Brother Sean and Brother Billy Rose applause. As we do every Wednesday. This is number 11. That's a very spiritual number. Master spiritual number 11, right? And look what we went in on Intuition Monday 11, right? On a new moon in Aquarius. Look what we end up going on. That was impromptu though. That was so improv just now. Brother Sean, Brother Benjamin, thank you so much. I love you, brothers. Thank you all for joining us. See you all Wednesday after tonight. Well, see you all tonight on Instagram, 7 Heelstar, and we're going to go in on Venus and Mercury, all right, and how it affects you guys, all right? Namaste to you all. Love you. Islam, Islam, Islam. Peace and love.